We have such sights to show you. Welcome to the Spicy Burrito Live Saturday night main event. Let's roll. I am your humble host, the Spicy Burrito, and tonight we have a returning game. We have Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude. I just want to give you a fair warning. I played a little bit of this because I need to watch for YouTube censors. So tonight, this game takes a turn for the more vulgar. It gets very vulgar and very nasty. So just if you have any children watching, cover their eyes. But you can watch. I will censor any boobs, by the way, too. So, but yeah, there's some spicy. It wouldn't be a spicy burrito channel if there wasn't spicy language and so it's gonna get pretty vulgar. So tonight we have a great topic. It was a viewer submitted topic. It is the originally the topic was supposed to be the greatest horror movie sequels, but I came up with a little bit of a twist on it. I think we're gonna do since there's thousands upon thousands of horror movie sequels out there. I can't possibly pick my favorites like right off the top of my head. I would have to rewatch a lot of them. So what I thought we would do is go ahead and rank them, and I have 4 categories that we are gonna use to evaluate. And I picked I used some of the viewer submitted horror movies that was submitted to me. I also picked a couple of my own. So I've got 5 tonight, and then what I figured is we could put them in the data bank, the Encyclopedia Spicy Britannica, and we can do this topic again. And then eventually, when we do this topic enough, I can rank enough of them, and then we can see who comes out on top. Now I'm not. I'm kind of biased. I do have my favorite horror movie sequels, but I tried to be objective. So I watched all 5 of these movies tonight, or not tonight, but this past week. All the 5 that I was going to do, I tried to be as objective as possible. So, like I said, I have my favorites, and I could be biased towards 1 or 2. In fact, one of them's on this list, but I was trying to be as objective as possible. So we'll go through and talk about a few horror movie sequels and rank them. Let's go ahead and jump into the topic screen, and I will explain the categories tonight. There we go. Horror movie sequels, the categories. We're judged on, yes, that the game below it is ghost stories. They're judged on 4 categories. The first category being gore and death. So this encompasses all the special effects and all the death stuff and all the blood and how great it is and how good looking it is or how bad it is. These are all ranked. All 4 of these categories are ranked from 0 to 5. 5 being the greatest, 0 being fucking dog shit. So, category number 2 is story. It's how much I like the storyline, how engaging it is, how good it is, how believable it is, maybe or maybe not. That's pretty self-explanatory. 3 is music / soundtrack. If it has good fucking tunes in it, if it has a good soundtrack in it, you'll get a higher score. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. And then 4 is my category of choice, the nip factor. This has to deal with nudity and boobs mainly and nipples, and how good they are, and if they lose points because they get chopped off or burnt or something like that. So I like to call it the nip factor, the sex appeal of the fucking movie, as you would say, as one would say. So, yeah, those are the 4 categories. You get a score from 0 to 5, 5 being best, and so a perfect score would be 20, obviously. And like I said, we'll just rank these, and then next time I bring this topic up, we'll rank 5 more, and then eventually I'll get a bunch into the Encyclopedia Britannica, Burrito Tanica. Yeah, Bush. Well, Bush would go far in the nip factor, that's for sure. So, hold on, let me take a sip. So here we go. So that's the explanation on tonight's topic. That'll bring this screen up when I'm talking about these movies. And like I said, let's go ahead and jump into Leisure Suit Larry. There's one thing I don't know if you remember about Leisure Suit Larry is the audio in the beginning of the game before I load it up is super loud. So I'm going to adjust my headphones here so they don't my ears don't bleed. And then when I get into the game, we'll be good to go. Yeah, this is like super loud. This is bullshit. I want Bush. Pan down. All right. See? Quick and painless. Quick and painless. I'm picking up from our last save. In our last save, we just finished one of the girls, and we ducked ourselves into a little corner, and I saved, and we ended the stream. So that's what we're going to do on the Spicy Burrito channel from here on out. For the next few months, we'll play a game until its completion. And, yeah, so here's our... Okay, let me get into the game screen now. Yeah, I definitely finished one of those girls. Bring up the audio. Okay. You'll have to let me know if the audio's terrible, but it should be all right. Yeah, here's our hero. Little Larry Lovage. And we last left off in this little corner of the campus. Just a brief reminder, this game is just all about picking up girls. You play a bunch of mini games and talk to them and try to get laid. There is nudity. I will try to censor it as fast as possible. So we'll see what happens. You never know. It could get spicy here on the Spicy Burrito channel. All right. Bottom left. Oh, you can actually see the stuff in this game because I can't capture it under game capture. I have to capture screen capture. So you can actually see our confidence level on the bottom left, that yellow penis looking thing, and then on the bottom right, how drunk we are. Our confidence is actually pretty good. All right. I think let's check our black book, see where we are at. We can play the frat trampoline. We can talk to Luba. I believe, if I remember correctly, you got to be fucking drunk as hell to talk to Luba. And then we can go do the Swingles thing. So let's go to the Swingles. Let's mess up this guy's game. Shit. I think they actually keep a stat. I'm gonna look it up. They actually keep a stat on Hacky Sack Game Busted Up or something like that. I farted 168 times. Hacky's ruined. I've only ruined his game 5 times. Uma Oprah.
Well, hey, look who's back. You're really cutting quite a swath through this campus, kid.
Yeah, I am. What's a swath?
I don't know, it's just an expression.
Oh, you mean like beaver or fur burger, huh?
If you're here for the dance contest, get your butt on the stage. It's starting now.
Fur burger? Okay, we got to do a dance competition. So let me get up close here. Warning. Extreme close-up.
Right down.
Right down, right down.
Down, right down. Button.
Down, right down, button.
Right down, right down. Down, right down, button.
Right down, right down. Down, right down, button.
I gotta hand it to you. This ain't half bad.
You got some pair of balls on you. I'm just...
Right down, left.
Up, right, down, left.
Up, left, down, right.
Up, left, down, right.
Up, right, down, left. Up, left, down, right.
Up, left, down, right.
That's so distracting. Seriously, you wouldn't think it would be, but when she's shaking her ass...
Right, left, right.
Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right.
It's so hard not to watch what she's...
Up, down, up.
Up, down, up, down. Up, down, up.
Hey, score one for
It's
the underdog.
and it's not necessarily her ass. It's
I actually did it.
in my defense. It's trying to watch what they're doing. Like it's seriously distracting, and like I want to see what's going on because it's funny, and I want to see the cartoon ass there.
Swingles, 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 swingles! Well, well, you poked your head from your egg, my little chickadee, but you're not the cock of the walk yet.
I'm the
Your
cock of the
world
walk.
is opening like a tulip in spring. With so many locations, it makes my head spin. The Boys Alley Art Gallery.
Cheers.
The Dr. No Nookie Center for Primate Studies. For the finest in adult entertainment, head to downtown Walnut Log. Here you'll find Lefties 2, Spartacus, and Plasmart.
Spartacus.
But let's get to the girls. Ooh, talk
Copyright.
about hot for teacher. This is Professor Robensonito. This high IQ cutie doesn't monkey around. Now here's a cause you can really stand up for. If Charlotte is as passionate in the sack as she is about animal rights, you're in for one hell of a night. And here we have Bill Zarbra.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about actresses, Junior. Swingles Man has had more actresses than you've had zits.
Okay.
Oh boy, Swingles Man is starving. He's gonna go to the deli and get a double stacked Reuben sandwich. Now get out there and be somebody.
Okay, so they just open up. This is an open world game. If anybody doesn't know that, they open up another part of the world you can go explore, and a few more girls.
Wow, I'm impressed. You actually possess motor skills.
Yeah, I know. Back in high school, I was the pirate in Swan Lake.
There's no pirate in Swan Lake.
Believe me, I know that now.
Okay. All right. Now, let's see. What do we need to do? I want to talk to Lubo, but you got to be drunk. And I don't have any money to buy beer to get drunk. So I got to go find some money. So I'm going to be farting a lot. In order to find money, you got to push the mouse button against walls and stuff. And the mouse button causes you to fart. So.
A secret token. Oh, better return this to its rightful owner, the American economy. Cool, found some cash.
What?
If you're in a particularly randy mood, might I suggest axillary intercourse? A little sexual variation in which a man thrusts his penis in the armpit of his partner? The armpit is an exquisitely erogenous area, and don't let any of our prudish English hang-ups tell you otherwise. Not only does this stimulate the erogenous tissue in the underarm, it also gets deliciously close to the nipple.
Secret token! Woohoo! Awesome.
Okay. Let's buy a beer. Is that drunk enough to go visit Luba?
A secret token.
Did Ron Jeremy just tell me to fuck somebody in their armpit? What the fuck? What do you call it? Axillary intercourse? There she is.
Whoa, how'd I get this bruise?
All right, we're gonna talk to her. Oh, the sperm is like uncontrollable because I'm drunk.
Oh my god! I knew you! You're that kid that got banned from the laundromat, aren't you?
Me? Oh, no. That was a total misunderstanding. I can explain. A girl left some bras in a dryer I was using. Now, I don't know about you, but I never trust those lost and founds. So I thought, being the nice guy that I am,
Oh, shit.
I'd hang on to them and try to find the owner myself. Well, in walks this girl, and right away, she starts carrying on and calling me a pervert. You'd think she would have thanked me, but no.
That is so cool! You are a wild man.
I am? I mean, I am. Oh, totally.
You know it.
I can't do my laundry anywhere on campus anymore.
God, the last time I did laundry, I got so hammered, I ended up having sex with the janitor guy in one of the dryers. I can't go there anymore either.
Wow, we really do have a lot in common. Except for the sex with the janitor part, of course. Say, maybe I do have a shot here.
So how about you? Ever got off in public?
Me? Heck yeah. I've spread my seed from one end of this campus to the other. The library, the computer lab, dental museum, and the art gallery.
The dental museum? I've always wanted to do it inside the dental museum. How was it?
It was cool, except I almost got caught. A security guard caught me with my pants down. I barely outran him.
Oh, man. What happened to the chick?
Chick? What are you talking? Oh, yeah, chick, the chick. She, finished early, so she left before I did. You know, gosh, I feel like I'm just talking about myself here. What about you?
Oh, man. I miss having sex in public. My last boyfriend was the biggest prude, and his sister was even worse.
You should try the trampoline on the main green sometimes. Lots of couples go there around 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh,
They
totally
think nobody's
fucking hammered.
Wow, I had my first threesome on a trampoline.
watching. We really do have a lot in common. Hey, you want to get out of here and take a bounce with me? You know, there's a trampoline not far from here.
Oh,
wait,
God.
Wait. 3 quick shots of tequila, then let's hit it.
Those nips. Oh, luba, luba, luba.
After you.
Yikes. She's probably had as much to drink as I have. Hold on. We gotta pee. Zana, we did Zana last time, right? She blew up in a Russian rocket. Oh yeah, and I forgot about the loading screens in this game. Should we chase her down? Let's go chase her down. Let's check out these bushes over here first.
Oh, better return this to its rightful owner, the American economy.
Sally Mae. Zana. Big old Russian broad. There she is. Oh, son of a bitch. I shouldn't have took a piss.
Where's my purse?
So I walked up to her and I'm not drunk enough. So I guess they want you drunk for.
Beat those maggots!
Let's hope that's enough. Look at him strut his stuff. Actually, you can pose for these people, and I figured out how to do it.
Come on, people!
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's a crispy pickle. I mean, back off, peacock!
So when your confidence is super high, you just strut your stuff in front of broads, and they do that. I don't know
How'd I get this
what that
bruise?
gets you, but okay, I'm still not drunk enough. Let's get another beer. There we go. Now we should be drunk.
How does my hair look?
56, 57. You dick! I almost beat my record!
All right, Luba, let's do this.
Okay, but if I puke, you gotta promise to hold my hair back.
Will do, honey. Up, down, left, right, button, button. It's like, I think I said this before, it's like an X-rated Parappa the Rappa. Oh, here we go. I'm going to suck at this.
Left, up, left, down,
Down, left, up, down,
right, down, right,
up, right, down, right.
I hit it. I don't know what's going on.
Way to go, Tabitha. Down, button, down, up, down,
Down,
up.
Jesus. I'm hitting the buttons, but it's not doing anything. I wonder if it has something to do with me being drunk. You got to hit them like dead fucking perfect. Probably got to hit them dead perfect. And when you're drunk, it's not as forgiving. I'm assuming.
Left,
down, left, up, down, down,
Jeez.
up, right, down, right, up.
up, right, down, right, up, up.
Yeah! Work that rectangle, you nasty slut! Down, button, down, up, down.
Down, up, down.
Right, down, right, down.
Right, down.
Jeez.
Nice move, jackass. Up, down, button.
Up, down, button.
Up, right, down.
Up, right, down.
Got it. Fuckers. I got it. Eat shit, game. All right, Luba, what else you got in store for us? Any more brain busters? You're going to give that shit up and concentrate on trampoline.
Way to go, guy. Hey, do you mind if we head back? I'm starting to sober up a little.
Oh, we got this broad in the bag.
Guys, it's not hard. Sesame seed bacon, lightly toasted organic jam prep.
Maniac Lord on tour. That looks like a guy I know. All right. Spring Break Island.
What a jerk.
I like how he's about to puke.
Oh, that guy.
I don't know if they have any Mexican girls in this. Yeah, it looked like Reynolds. Javi. No, Javi's in Javier's in what you call it? Red Dead Redemption. Luba. Time to belly up to the bar and try again. She let you have a bounce on the trampoline, but that's a start, right? You know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That dude's hair.
Hey, Luba, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Larry. Not bad, just a little tired. This guy I slept with last night had an incredibly huge cock. Not to mention the stamina of a bull, so my jaw is sore and I can barely walk. But other than that, things are cool. How are you?
Pretty much the same. I mean, you know, things are cool with me too. I was just gonna see if you wanted to,
I mean, I've seen ones that were longer. Just barely. But that was definitely the thickest piece of salami I have ever pulled down. And it's not like he was just a rammer. He knew how to ease things in and out, but he was hung like a giraffe. You want to see a Polaroid?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
no. I was actually hoping maybe we could get together, I guess.
And this guy was small, too. About your size, I never ever would have guessed. We did it for 6 straight hours. I had 32 orgasms. He had 7, and then he wanted to stick it in my...
Enough with the penis talk already. I get it, okay? You enjoyed yourself immensely thanks to his giant rod. I get it. Can we please change the subject now?
Jerry, what's wrong, dude? You seem upset.
Well, yeah.
Did
I
she
was
just
all
call us
excited
Jerry?
about Tonight, hoping you'd be here. We get to hang out.
I'm sorry, Harry, really. I tend to
Harry?
forget how guys fall for me. I remember this one time I met this really amazing guy at my cousin's funeral. He had balls the size of grapefruits. Ugh, they smell horrible.
You're doing it again. Look, I really don't want to hear about it. Let's talk about something else. Did you ever collect coins? I have this amazing
Look,
set of...
Jerry, this isn't gonna work. If there's gonna be this sexual tension between us, I think maybe it'd be better if we just...
No. It's cool. We can remain friends. I swear, I am not in love with you, I promise.
Dude, chill. I was gonna say we should just have sex.
Pity sex. Yes! Thank you. So you do feel something for me. Maybe we can make some memories of our own.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Can we do it doggy style?
Sure, yeah, cool, okay. So, what's next? What do we do? How do we start?
Not so fast, dude. I'm gonna need lots and lots of alcohol. Beer's not gonna cut it. I need something stronger. You'll make me a drink and hurry before I change my mind.
Oh, that was interesting. We got this girl all tankered up. That sperm is so hard to control when you're drunk, and there's no controlling it. I just, try to move it as little as possible, because if I try to move it, the delay on it's so long when you're drunk. I'll just end up making an even bigger mistake. All right, this is another one that these games throw me because I'm always.
Okay, here we go. Nicely done. All right, not bad. There we go. Well done.
I love that fucking haircut.
There we go. All right, not bad. Well done.
There we go. One strike.
Voila!
Not bad. That's another game that throws me because of the pictures in the background. Like, I'm trying to pay attention to the center of the screen and just letting the stuff go around my eyes and hit it as soon as I see it. But sometimes you get distracted when they zoom in on boobs or stuff like that. Brilliant game design, by the way. Gotta hand it to Sierra and Co.
Not bad. Could be stronger, but not bad at all.
So, you feel like getting it on yet?
Oh, hell no. Give me
What?
a while for this drink to hit me. Besides, this party rocks. What's the rush? We'll take off later.
If any girl can drink you under the table, she's the one. Pull back the right resistance to wind up. Oh, we're playing quarters. A vent figure. What's a vent figure? Remind me. Or is that a typo, Uncle Albert? Oh, I wasn't ready. I lifted the mouse and it automatically threw it. It's all right. Oh, man. We can't afford to drink any.
Here's my stroke.
Drink up, bitch. I'm playing with Canadian quarters. Oh, yeah, ventriloquist dummy. Definitely.
Yes, 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 yes!
Oh,
There
bitch.
you go. Now you're catching on.
We started this game too drunk, so we're gonna...
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I cheated and I still lost.
I love it. Okay, we should lose some alcohol here when we play again. Oh, they did the same thing to me. I was getting my
Stupid quarter.
mouse lined up. Oh, fuck.
Good shot. Lucky, but good.
Look at that shot.
Good job, buddy.
Shot in the mouth. Bullshit.
Nice one, dude.
Is this table warped? Nice.
Oh.
Drink up. Man, she can take a fucking... She can handle... Oh, man, she can handle her liquor.
Getting interesting now.
He definitely does. He's got that pompadour from, like, Big Boy. Oh, that was limp. It should just say limp on the screen.
Finding the hole.
Oh, you
Aw,
fucking...
Rats.
I knew that was 11 inches.
She's got some interesting commentary. Yeah.
Looks like Luba's drinking again.
Drink, Luba, drink. Oh, my God. She can handle her liquor.
Nice backswing.
Nice one, dude.
Choke on that one, Luba. Oh, bullshit.
Uh-oh. Better step it up.
Am I done?
Great. Now she's gonna be all cocky.
Like, she doesn't fucking miss. Yes, I want to play again. I love that kazoo or whatever the fuck it is. Woo!
Yes.
God, she
I
doesn't
knew that
miss.
was 11 inches.
What is that, like
Oh, now
6,
you're
7 in a
catching
row
on.
now? Does she ever miss?
I'll drink to that.
Fuck you, big boy! Oh, she finally missed.
Bullshit. Oh.
And then it takes her forever to get drunk. Oh, there we go.
Shit. Don't get frustrated. Your breasts put you at a natural disadvantage. Here, watch how I do it.
I'm losing my breath.
I own this table, yes!
All right, one more should do it.
Whiskey dick. Whiskey dick.
Whiskey dick. Jasper's liquor dick kicker. Eat it, Luba.
Take that.
You're done.
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh.
yes.
Hey, let's get out of here. I got an idea.
Finally, you got the right where you want her. You could. What could go wrong now? Well, probably a lot.
Hey, that tickles.
Just 1 second.
Having trouble back there?
No, just a minute. Jeez, did they ever consider Velcro?
There.
Commissar? Oh, man, I knew I smelled urine. Can't you see I'm busy?
Oh, I see. Hey, Luba, how you been, babe? There. Got a nickel.
Will it get you to leave?
Hey, man.
Is that Dexter?
I ain't never been here in the first place.
All right, all right. Let me check here. Now, I know I had some change left over.
Hey, what's going on here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me ask you three. Does this look like appropriate campus conduct?
We're members of the university three-man bobsled team. Putting in some pre-winter practice.
Oh, so you're a joker, huh? All right, come on. Tell me jokes.
Fred, can't you see we're trying to fuck here?
Miss, I do not need to hear that word. It's disrespectful to me, disrespectful to you, and disrespectful to the university.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Beezer, don't Assistant Dean Abramson's shoes need a shine or something?
You want to disrespect a public safety officer,
I
Mr. Lovitch? I'm through playing games.
What the hell is that?
Can everybody please just get the hell out of here?
Larry, let's go back to your place.
Okay. All right, before we do this next thing, let me just test my YouTube censor. Okay. Yeah, it was Dexter, totally Dexter. Okay, Larry's on top of Luba. She's butt naked, and the commissar's sitting next to him.
Larry, I still need that nickel, man.
What the? How the hell did you get in here?
Crawl through the ventilation shaft now. Don't leave a brother hanging, man. I need that nickel.
No, get out of here.
I got a call about a noise disturbance. You mind if I have a look around for your sake?
Oh, shit. Now just everybody's walking in the room.
Ooh, five-some. It's been a while since I've done this one.
I'll get my Super 8 camera.
Oh, they're all unzipping their pants. And Larry jumps out the window. I think there might have been a nip slip there. Oh, well. Let me get my Super 8 camera. All right, she should give us a token of affection. A beer bong. Okay, cool. All right, now's the time. Now's a good time. Oh, congratulations. I think she left you a little token of affection. You're one step closer to being on Swingles. Nice. Hey there, want to be Don Juans of Walnut Log? Come on down for a challenge on Swingles. We will get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and pause. All right, we gotta get into the topic. Oh boy, I'm 42 minutes deep already. All right, let's bring back the topic screen. Of course, remember the 4 categories, 0 to 5, obviously. 0 being the worst and 5 being the best. Gore, death, story, music, soundtrack, and the nip factor. Now, just a little disclaimer. I watched all 5 of these freaking movies this week. I actually went out of my way. No, actually, 4 of them. One of them I have memorized, so I didn't need to watch it. But I want to refresh my memory on the other 4, and I watched them all. Let me move my mouse so I don't mess up anything. And let's turn off the game audio in case it does something goofy. Okay. Number 5 is, this was not a user or a viewer submitted one. This one has just held a special place in my heart, and I felt like watching it again. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but it is none other than Final Destination 3. You might think, oh, why wouldn't you want to go with the original? Well, the original doesn't qualify because it's not a sequel. Why wouldn't you go with 2? I don't know. Final Destination 3 has always been my favorite of the Final Destinations, and I can't explain it. It's always just held a special place in my heart. I think it's because it's probably the first one I saw out of the franchise. There's 5 or 6 of them now, so who knows? I don't think I've seen 4 or 5 or 6, so I've only seen the first 3, and I can't remember 1 and 2 whatsoever. But I rewatched this one, and yeah, it's still good. Couple things about this. Stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's easy on the eyes. I don't know. She's got that like girl next door quality to her. I just always had like a little crush on her. I want to know is, I know that in the Final Destination movies, the main character sees their death and they prevent it, and then death chases them around the rest of the movie. So that's kind of like being a clairvoyant. But in this movie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead seems to be extra clairvoyant. I don't know if that's a little twist they added, but she foresees herself dying on the roller coaster. She gets off of it before it happens, and then she sees like stuff in pictures. And did that happen in the first 2 movies? I don't remember. She seems to be extra clairvoyant. And I don't know if that's a new twist they added to the third one. I can't remember 2 or 1. So, and then she foresees her big accident at the very end of the movie too. So she either has the most rotten fucking luck on the face of the earth to get prevent death from happening twice in her life. Like she defeats death once, and then it starts all over again with a subway crash at the end. I don't know. She either has shitty rotten luck, or she's super clairvoyant, or both, or none of the above. Whatever. Let's see. In this movie, the pictures, like, she takes a bunch of pictures. They set it up that she's photographing for the yearbook, and they provide like clues. They're very vague clues, and the one thing I found funny about it is, like, they always find out the clues are obvious after. That's how it works in each one. Okay, so they didn't add it. I just assumed it was, but maybe not. They always find out, like, the clues always come in the pictures. They always come to fruition like after the person already died. Like, oh, duh, there's the fucking saw blade in the back, the fan blade behind the dude's head. That's why he died. It's like they can't figure it out in time, but of course they figure it out in the end to save their own fucking lives, but just saving all their fucking friends and the innocent people before them. Oh, we just found out like 1 second before she died. You know, fucking whatever. There is I don't know, this movie, as far as the storyline goes, obviously it's just like a carbon copy of the first 2. So the premise is she's going to get on a roller coaster. She foresees that it's going to crash and everybody's going to fucking die horribly. And so she freaks out and gets off. And then some people are stuck on the roller coaster still, and some people get off. And the people that get off start leaving, and then the roller coaster fucking breaks down and kills everybody else on the roller coaster. Then death is chasing them throughout the rest of the movie. And those pictures provide clues on how they're going to die. And like I said, she figures them out like a second too late every fucking time. Except when it comes to her own fucking death. I got to give them credit. That that roller coaster ride in the beginning is fucking awesome. There is some good fucking deaths in that bitch. It's really involved. I watched a YouTuber talking about this movie, and they had some like documentary or maybe DVD special features with the directors and shit talking, and the actors talking about it. It is super involved. It like took forever to film, and it's really good. It's done really fucking good, and there's a lot of good deaths and gore and blood and guts and shit on that thing. And then same with the subway crash at the very end of the movie. That's very good. There's a few good deaths in that fucking movie too, in that scene too. And it looks like they just like went over the top in this one, putting in the extra effort to like, I mean, that roller coaster ride, it looked like it was like fucking hard as fuck to film that thing, but they pulled it off. I mean, there's the one dude who goes flying and fucking just gets like bent in half by a fucking steel beam, and it's really fucking cool. So I got to give him props on that. Another thing I noticed about this, and this might be true with 1 and 2, but in this one, there's some super elaborate ways that they come up with these deaths. Now, I'm not just talking how the person dies. I'm talking like before, what sets it into motion. Basically, it's like a gigantic fucking elaborate Rube Goldberg machine of death. Like, I don't know if you know what a Rube Goldberg machine is, but it's like the board game Mousetrap, where you hit a ball, it rolls down a ramp, it scares a chicken, it pops a balloon that scares a chicken, that lays an egg, that goes down a teeter-totter, that pushes up a dildo into a girl's ass or something, like, you know, it's something like totally fucking involved, just like over elaborate way of doing a simple task, like a convoluted way of doing a simple task, like turning on the light. You would just flick it, but they built this whole fucking machine that eventually pulls the string that flicks the light on, you know. And in this one, there's some fucking elaborate ones, and one of them is like painful to watch. It's the one in the hardware store. It's just like 1,000 different things have to happen for this death to happen. Like, it's like super, super elaborate. It's like, oh my God, the forklift bumps a ledge and then fucking, yeah, that would be a fucking great version of Mousetrap too. If you just flick dildos into girls' asses. Anal beads. Pull out the anal beads, she screams, it sets off an alarm, and then, I don't know. Then it shoots out a cock ring that goes around a dude's fucking cock, and he fucking comes, and it goes into a bucket, and the bucket gets weighed down, and blah blah. Anyways, I've been playing too much Leisure Suit Larry. So I was saying the hardware store one is just, it's almost like too much. It's like, okay, come on. So the forklift nudges something, and then something falls off a shelf and puts the forward like gear into motion, and then the forklift runs over some like cans of fucking what do you call that stuff? Windshield washer fluid. It's just the most like longest elaborate Rube Goldberg machine ever. But it's fun, but it's like almost painful. It's like, just fucking kill the person already. And that leads to that death you see in that picture, which we'll talk about in a second. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about my thoughts about the movie, and then we're gonna switch and grade the movie on the 4 categories, and talk about the deaths and stuff like that. So no, actually, we'll talk about the deaths, and then we'll grade the movies in the 4 categories. Basically, though, this movie, as far as storyline goes, isn't that it? Like I said, it's not original. It's just a carbon copy of the first 2. Besides adding maybe not the clairvoyancy. I guess not, according to chat there. Anything else? There was let's see. But it's just good old fashioned 2000s. This is the Saw fever, I call it. Let's find out creative ways to kill fucking people, you know? And it does a very fucking good job of it. I love almost every death in this movie is worth noting. I didn't note them all, but almost everyone's worth noting. Then we got to mention the characters. They're very, very unlikable. Almost everybody except Mary Elizabeth Winstead and the dude that survives that. They kind of got that. I think they put in a little of that Mulder Scully. Are they gonna like fall in love with each other kind of thing? And it's very subtle. It's not like blatant, but I kind of hope for it. I'm like, I wish Mary Elizabeth Winstead would get naked and do this dude so they can add to the nip factor in this movie, but they don't, and it's very subtle. he does say something at the very end, like, I was going to call you later. So I don't know if they were hooked up or not. They keep it very subtle. So, because her boyfriend actually dies on the roller coaster, but whatever. I'd say he should fucking pound that broad as hard as possible while he can. But especially, I mean, they both survived death together. They might as well. So it's good old fashioned death scene fun. I mean, this is like competing with Saw here on how creative we can get to kill people. And with a Hollywood big budget or decent budget, it's unlike like the 80s movies. This stuff is really realistic. At least most of it is. Some of it's unbelievable on how it happens, but it looks good. It looks very good. So the characters, other than those two, yeah, the rest of them are all dicks. I mean, they don't interest me. I got nothing invested in them, except the two tanning booth bimbos. I mean, they get naked, so you got something invested in them. At least they gave me half a chub, you know. Other than that, the pervert dude who's taking like fucking crotch shots of chicks' camel toes under their skirts with his camera and shit. It's just a total creeper. Yeah, her sister's quite a bitch. And I don't and then the meathead, the muscle football guy, he's kind of a dick. Yeah, so they're very unlikable, so whatever. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on to the deaths. I got notes on the deaths on what I want to highlight here. Obviously, I'm going to highlight that one that's showing on the screen right now. But let's start with the tanning booth bimbos. Fucking, of course, the machine kicks in and all this shit happens. They get trapped in tanning booths, and of course, they show you their nice big fake boobies on these high school kids, giant fake tits. It makes you wonder, like, did the parents like have to sign a permission form for the plastic surgeon to give them bigger boobs? I don't get it. I mean, they're supposed to be high school kids. Last time I checked, I don't think high school kids qualify for big boobs, but you never know nowadays. Nowadays, they probably do. They're probably qualify for everything. But yeah, back in the day, I mean, that was kind of like, you know, that was like, you got to wait till you're an adult kind of thing. Unless it was desperate, like, but yeah. So they strip naked, and you get like a couple seconds of good boobage action. So this is going to add to the nip factor of Final Destination 3. You get a few good seconds of decent, big, fake boobs. And then they get in the tanning booth, and they're still showing boobs and nips and stuff, but they turn blue because they got that ultraviolet blue tanning booth lights. And so the nips aren't that great, and the boobs aren't that great anymore because they're covered in blue. They're not like in the flesh, so to speak. So I know I'm petty. They get trapped in there, and then they cook their boobies. They cook those pepperonis. So yeah, they get destroyed. So that's gonna subtract from the nip factor as well. Cooked boobies. Let's see. What are some other deaths here? One thing I didn't mention is sound. The soundtrack in this, I paid attention to it. Other than the song about somebody's following you or somebody's watching you, no, blue boobs do not give me blue balls. blue boobs give me purple balls. I don't know. They don't get me excited. That's for sure. No, green boobs. Call me when they're green boobs. I was talking about the soundtrack. Yeah, there's not much into it. There's the song that she keeps hearing about somebody. What is it? I had notes on it. Somebody's coming up behind you song. Like she hears somebody playing that. She hears it on the radio. And then the two tanning booth bimbos play the Ohio Players' Love Train. The Ohio Players and the Coming Up Behind You are the only like original songs. There's no like rock songs or any kind of. I mean, there's not much of a score to this movie either, from what I could tell. I mean, it's one of those movies. It's more of sound design and stuff. There wasn't much in the score factor, so that'll hurt its rating in the music and soundtrack. So, real quick, the one dude in the drive-thru, the creeper that was sporting camel toes there. I'm not going to explain the whole thing because it's just like ridiculous, but they're Mary Elizabeth Winstead and her dude's truck. They escape it, and then another truck is coming down a fucking steep hill and fucking hits their truck in a drive-through, and then the fucking whole fucking engine comes out of their truck, and it's still got the like fan blade turning, and it just like fucking just fucking like takes a bite out of this dude's fucking head from the back of the head. It doesn't even like pop off his whole head. It just like chews up the back of his head. And one thing I thought was pretty interesting is Mary Elizabeth Winstead and the dude are on the ground, and they get sprayed with blood from the fan going in the back of his head from the fucking V8. So basically, this guy takes a V8 to the back of the dome. I mean, who thought that up? Like, what if we had a V8 engine fucking chew up the back of a dude's head? That would be fucking cool. Well, it worked. It worked. I liked it a lot. But I was saying that Mary Elizabeth Winstead and the dude are on the ground. They get splattered with blood. But if you pay attention, on the ground, there's a bunch of white chunks, almost the size of pebbles. And at first, I thought they were teeth. But his teeth don't get hit. It only eats the back of his head. So I think it was supposed to be chunks of skull. And I got to give credit for attention to detail on that, because there's a bunch of white pebbles that fly with the blood, and it's got to be chunks of skull. Let's move on to the football player. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm wondering if that fucking engine that fucking V8 had a Hemi in it. Does that thing got a Hemi? I don't know. This creeper will tell you. He got it up close and personal with that fucking V8. The meathead, the football player dude, he's like fucking weightlifting, and he's like, and they're telling him that he's gonna die, like death is after him. He's like, fuck death, I'm impervious to death. And then he sets these weights down, and the swords from their mascot sign comes down and almost kills him, and he's like, holy shit, they're right. And then he goes, but I survived. And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking stronger than death. And then all of a sudden these two weights come in and fucking could just come down and fucking pop his fucking head like a pimple. That's fucking great shit. And then let's get to the nail gun. Like I said, I mentioned it earlier in the hardware store, that the most elaborate way to get nails through a fucking chick's head. But what's great about this one is she backs up in the nail gun, and her hand is on her face like that, and the actress did a great job. She makes like the most violent fucking jerks, and it's just brutal. The only problem I have with this is what kind of nails, what is the size of those nails? They got to be like 20-inch nails to go all the way through her skull and come out her fucking wrist. That's another 3 inches. I added it up. It's got to be like a 20-inch nail, which there's no fucking such thing unless it's a railroad spike, and those don't look like railroad spikes. But you got to suspend disbelief sometimes, especially in these movies. I mean, it's just fucking great, and it's brutal. And then at the end, at the very end of the movie, they save her sister. She's next in line. They save her sister, and they didn't know who was on the roller coaster with her sister. So they're like, they just save her life, and they're like, who was on the roller coaster? We got to save them. They're next. And the broad standing around realizes that she's next, and the look on her face, and she's like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden a flag just comes right through her, fucking just pierces her. It's like the fucking don't tread on me flag or some shit. I just love the look on her fucking face. She's like, oh, that's me. And then boom, you're dead. And then of course McKinley, the fucking goth dude or whatever, whose girlfriend was fucking nail gun to the head, he dies at the end. A cherry picker falls on him, cuts him in half, and that's pretty good. That's one thing that doesn't make sense about this movie. I couldn't figure it out. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's clue in her picture is McKinley. She's wearing a shirt that says her high school's name on it, McKinley. This guy's name is McKinley. Now, she thinks that McKinley's supposed to cause her death, but the sign that's on the cherry picker that kills McKinley also says McKinley on it. So was that cherry picker supposed to cause her death? Why didn't it cause her death? Or he didn't cause her death? It just doesn't make sense. Like, her clue doesn't make sense whatsoever. If you could figure it out, let me know. But it's I've heard people talk about it. It just doesn't. All the explanations for it don't really make sense. But whatever. So that'll take a bump in the story category. So that's it for the deaths. Let's bring up the final tally. In the gore death category, we've got 5. This is top notch. Perfect score, 5. The deaths are great. Every one of them is fucking fantastic. And they're all realistic. And they got some extra little bits, like I was talking about with like the bits of skull. Story gets a 2. It's just a carbon copy, and there's not much added to it. The music soundtrack is a 0. It gets a big fat 0. There's nothing. The Ohio players aren't saving this movie's soundtrack. And then Nip Factor, I'll give it a 3. You get two naked girls with big fake boobs, but then the blue boobs and the burnt boobs drops it down a notch. So since there's 4 boobies, we'll drop it down 1 notch, give it a 3. Total is 10. You can see it's this very scientific method I've got going here. So that is it for Final Destination 3. Gore Death 5, Story 2, Music Soundtrack 0, Nip Factor 3 for a final score of 10. All right. Let's that was a lot. And one, so I think I'm going to try to get 2 in this hour. I'm not positive though. We'll see where it goes. But let's hop back into the game here. And remind me to turn the game audio on. There we go. So we just finished up Luba. What do we got? Beatrice. Bilzarbra. Bilzarbra. What kind of name is that? I never really understood that. Sweet Lube photo. Swingles 3. What did that say? Get your ass to the main campus. Okay. I think we're going to go with Bilzarbra.
Library, never mind.
Where is Bilzarbra? She's in the scummy part of town.
You dick!
I just love doing it. Like I just say his balls itch. All right, so the first official addition to the Encyclopedia Britannica is Final Destination 3 with a score of 10. What do you think? All my audio's good. Let's go to the shitty part of town. Crappy streets. They don't call it downtown, they just call it crappy streets.
A secret token.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna check for money.
Gary Child.
There we go.
If you would rock and roll all night and party every day, I recommend.
Hell yeah,
this
Kiss.
song. This far-flung appendage is the drummer from Def Leppard's arm. I appropriated it from a devilish scofflaw who was paid to procure it by the Global Feminist Network and the National Union of Rock Critics. Oh.
The porn fairy has granted you Rick Allen's arm. What the fuck? I forgot about that. Oh, shit. The drummer from Def Leppard only has one arm. Like there's a fucking tumbleweed.
Party! Ahoo!
Yeah, that is a very scientific algorithm I got going in there. More scientific than YouTube's algorithm. Like they should be promoting this stream on live gaming. People should go to live gaming and see this stream front and center, but
Eat all your green.
nope. All right. The Plaid Mart. YouTube is asshole.
Think you're tough? Got a quarter?
Okay.
A secret token. Oh, better return this to its rightful owner. The American economy.
Family planning.
Secret token! Woohoo!
Whoa. Cheating woman whiskey. That fucking pregnant broad drinking whiskey. Oh, here's the porno. Interspecies porno. Three-toed sluts. What is he looking at? All male. What's this one? Cockless.
Awesome.
Espanol. There's Javi. There he is right there. All you can eat. Midget movies. Look, they're all rented. All the midget movies are gone. Bisexual. Any funny titles on here? Harry Humpers. What the fuck?
Hey, some jerk dropped some money. A secret token. Secret token. A secret token.
Really? An audition?
These
No.
board
I never
games?
heard of Steam Channel. What is it?
All right, here's Bill Zarbra. We gotta change outfits. See, I told you it would get extra vulgar tonight. That was pretty raunchy and a little blue. It works. Leisure Suit Larry works a little blue. Let's switch to the preppy outfit. That'll get her. Bill Zarbra.
Hello. You sure have a lot of movies there. You must like movies.
Ooh, good opener. Now ask her if she likes oxygen.
Hey, no one is asking you, all right?
I don't think it was talking to you. I think it just does that kind of thing on its own.
Yeah, you're probably right. Sorry. My name's Larry. Larry.
My name's Larry. I stand by the magazine rack and comb through issues of Outlaw Biker just to see titties.
What's wrong with that?
Damn it, that is enough! I am sick of your crap, video game. This place was great until you came along. Well, I'll be damned if I let you make a fool out of me in front of a chick.
Ooh,
I don't think that music's supposed to be
why don't
playing.
you grab a quarter and step right up? I'll even let you take the first swing.
Tell me I will take a sledgehammer to you if it's the last thing I do.
Maybe I should leave you two alone.
No, stay right where you are. This is going on long enough. I want someone to witness this.
Oh, I've been counting down the days, brother. Let's tango.
All right, video game. You want a tango? Try tangoing with the truth. I think you're scared. Yeah, that's right. Scared.
Really? Well, lay it on me, brother.
Scared because you're one more bad month away from getting replaced with a gumball machine. Scared because you're loosely based on a movie that stopped being cool in 1983. I mean, really, nobody likes side-scrollers anymore. They suck.
You shut your mouth.
Yeah, that's why you sit there and terrorize people all day, huh? If you didn't, everyone would ignore you. You try to make people feel miserable because that's how you feel.
Oh, I like you, brother. Oh,
Brother.
Yeah. I had you pegged all wrong, kid. Not afraid to tell the truth, huh? Oh, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you.
God damn it, Larry. I'm gonna tell you again to leave my customers alone. You let that girl rent her porno and get on out of here. Porno?
Hmm?
Oh, God, you must think I'm the biggest pervert. I'm a film and theater major.
I don't
took a
think that-
class, The Roots of Western Pornography. I'm supposed to give a presentation tomorrow, and I haven't even started yet.
Well, this is your lucky day.
Really? Hey, maybe you can tell me if these pornos are any good.
Lawrence of My Labia is pretty good, but Tabitha Stevens keeps laughing at the camera while JJ Strokes gives it to her from behind. It's kind of annoying. Ooh, My Big Fat Greek Whore is a good one. Bridge on the River Cum is pretty decent. There's some pretty interesting behind-the-scenes stories about it also. You know, if you'd like, we can talk more, maybe over a drink.
Oh, that'd be a godsend. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think the game audio glitched out a little bit there. I don't think that doot 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 was supposed to be playing during that conversation. I don't remember it from before. So the game audio is glitching a little bit. I think I'm going to turn off all music whatsoever. It might make like the trampoline and the dancing stuff boring, but it's better than having that blaring in your fucking ear.
This place is so trendy. I can't believe you can get us in.
I'm sorry, but
Oh
we
my
are
God.
having an underwear party tonight. No fatties allowed.
Come on, Helmut. I really need to get in. I am on a date.
I said no fatties! But perhaps
That
another
fucking
time.
thing's just swinging. All right, this is one of those reaction time things. Oops.
I'm starving.
I fucked it up.
I'm not with this person.
Okay, I hit up there. So the game's... I think the game's glitching out a little bit here. I hit it.
I'm starving.
I hit it.
With this person.
Uh-oh. We might have a problem here. I'm hitting these buttons, but they're not registering. Hold on. Maybe there's something in my keyboard. I don't know. I hit it. I hit it. I hit it. I hit it.
Starving. I'm not with this person.
Make it easier on me, but I'm hitting these buttons. We'll try it one more time.
One phone call from me, buddy, and you are out of a job. Do you know who my uncle is?
Go, Larry.
Stop whining!
Larry, people are staring. I'm not
Oops.
with this person.
All right, this is starting to get frustrating.
One phone call from me, buddy, and you are out of a job. Do you know who my uncle is?
Go, Larry.
You are raising several interesting points.
Yes, I'm right outside. No, the doorman is being difficult.
Stupid foreign people.
One phone call
All
from
right.
me,
Well,
buddy,
at least
and
I passed
you
it.
are out of a job. It's about time.
Yeah, nice banana hammock. Yeah, something glitched out there. This game is starting to glitch out. That's not good.
Wow, you must really be connected.
The first couple times I was distracted by the banana hammock, but you know, after the first 2 times, I wasn't. Something's going on. Unless you have to be super fucking accurate. But I was hitting those buttons. I'm not that bad. I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. All right. So we are in a gay bar.
A secret token.
Let's go searching for money first.
Secret token. Hey,
Just walk away.
You need $10 to take her on a date?
I
That's
can use a pedicure.
Hey, fellas.
a secret token.
God, could I use a facial?
Oh, shut up! Will you please just...
Oh, these bags under my eyes.
Oh, is this the bathroom?
Where is Karl Heinz?
Oh, better return this to its rightful owner, the American economy.
Whoa, look at this glory hole has LEDs like my fucking computer.
Oh, these bags under my eyes.
No thanks. I require a more comfort fit than the ones in here give you. Hey, some jerk dropped some money. Secret token! Woohoo! A secret token!
Secret token?
Secret token! Woohoo!
Okay. We've scoped the place out. Where's Luba at? Oh, we didn't scope this out. The pornos? What's at the bar?
Who am I gonna do today?
How much that cost? 10? She's all about porno and acting, right? Let's go grab it. I don't think we needed to, but...
That raspberry tart, I just can't help myself sometimes.
All right.
So anyway, my acting coach has me taking this workshop. It's total bullshit, but my parents are paying something like $1,000 for it.
She will not shut up. She doesn't even breathe. She just keeps talking and talking and talking. How am I supposed to get her naked and back to my place if I can't get a rap going?
So I go last Thursday, and you'll never guess who shows up. Hayden Christensen! I almost died right there on the spot.
Anakin?
Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones? He is such an amazing
Oy,
actor.
and the
You can
name
totally
dropping.
tell he was sad.
Who the hell is
or he
Hayden
was
Christensen? Wait, wasn't he on that Welcome Back Cotter show? Or was that Ron Palillo? Wait a second. Come on now, I'm starting to lose it. Focus, man, focus. Must see her boobies. Oh, God, I loved Horseshack, though. He's the only sweat hog I could really relate to. Oh, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carter.
And he is such a great leading man. Those scenes with
Oh
Natalie
my
Portman.
goodness, look at those headlights.
Oh, my eyes.
Are those real fake breasts? Or are they fake breasts? Like one of those Wonder Bras. What am I, crazy? Who cares what she's artificially enhancing? Unless she has a penis, count me in. I'll bet she has nipples like crunch berries. Crunch berries. Do they still make a cereal that's made of all
I gotta use that one.
That's weird.
So then Hayden says to me,
I heard she has
"What a
nipples like
loser,"
crunch berries.
in this really sexy voice, and then he smirks at me, just
Well,
like he did in Attack of the Clones.
Nurse Electra's and Nurse Kornakova's tests are indeed conclusive. Your penis seems to have grown both in length and girth, seemingly overnight. It's about 1.5 feet now, and weighs nearly 6 pounds.
6
Not
pounds?
to worry. The growth is permanent, but it's quite common and, as a matter of fact, enjoyable. Oh, a few of the nurses have asked that you call them after hours. Here are the numbers.
Not even trying to
This
avoid
scene
those
from
drinks.
Batman and Robin, because Alicia Silverstone is like my idol, and of course Hayden played George Clooney, and I think he would be just perfect to play Batman in the next sequel.
How am I going to see this girl naked? Money. No. Low success rate outside of strip clubs. Save her life. Yes, perfect. From what though? Riverboat fire? Nah.
Riverboat.
dangerous. Ghost pirates. Not bad. Let's see. I need some rope, a blanket, A smoke machine?
So afterward, we all got to sit around and ask Hayden questions, you know, about him and his future after Star Wars. And all of a sudden,
Man,
he
this
stopped,
girl has
pointed
got
at
to do
me,
a
and
nude
said
scene in the
everyone
movie
was
someday.
behind him.
Wait a second. What did you say? What? About
Oh, I
penis?
should have hit the welcome back, Cotter.
Dumb ass about her getting naked on film. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Of course I'm thinking what you're thinking. We're the same person.
Larry, I asked you a question.
Me? Oh, I'm casting director. Yep, I'm definitely a casting director looking for talent for a new documentary being filmed here in Walnut Log. How would you like an audition, huh?
Yeah, there we go,
I
Larry.
just knew it. This is so fortunatus. I was just about to pick up some new headshots on my way home. You should come by and take one from me. Get to the art gallery as soon as you can. It'll only take me a few minutes to get my photos.
I like the welcome back, Cotter reference, but I'm assuming if I had viewers, 90% of them wouldn't get it. What the hell's welcome back, Cotter? Mr. Cotter.
Who's going to see Kylie next week?
We gotta go puke. Or piss. Larry's gotta take a tenderfoot timeout. What's in this vending machine? Prune juice? Oh, the cool outfit. Art gallery. That is... Where is the art gallery? That's on the nice streets. No, not the Greek quad. Oh, boy. All right. I think we're going to... I'll get to the art gallery, and then we're going to pause and do number 2. Before we do that... Ah, what a relief. I thought a porn fairy would be back here. Hey, it's Bukakis. Bukakis. What a great fucking statue.
Library, that reminds me.
What is that all about?
Was she talking about us?
No. Thanks a lot, dickweed.
Dickweed. All right. Let's just enter the art gallery and pause. We are family. Okay. Go ahead and pause it up. I was hoping to complete Bill Zarbra, but that's all right. All right, let's jump into it. Horror movie sequels. The second one was a viewer suggested one, and it's a good one. Let's bring on up Halloween 2, the 1981 version of Halloween 2, not the Rob Zombie garbage. Although the first Rob Zombie one I liked. The second one was kind of fucking weird. All right, this stars Jamie Lee Curtis and of course Donald fucking Pleasance. It's a direct continuation of the original. So this one picks up on the same night. In fact, the first what do you call it? The first 5 minutes of this movie is the ending of Halloween 1. So it's a direct continuation of it. It takes place on the same night right after Halloween 1 ended. And as I said, it stars Donald fucking Pleasance. I mean, this dude fucking acts his ass off. He acts his ass and he acts his nuts off, and he's surrounded by a bunch of amateur fucking actors. So he has to make up for all these amateur chumps, and he does. I think it's kind of funny, and this goes to talk about the storyline, that he's Michael Myers' psychiatrist. And I never really noticed this, but in this movie, I haven't seen it in a long time, and I rewatched it this week. He's supposed to be the sane one, like the one that's supposed to cure Michael Myers or catch him, but the exact opposite happens. His obsession with Michael Myers drives him insane, and it drives him insane over the course of this night. Like, he has totally lost it. He's pulling guns on people. He's causing other people to die. He keeps repeating himself. Like in the first 5 minutes of this movie, he's like, I think he says, "I shot him 5 times. I shot him 5 times," and he says it like 6 or 7 times, like in a row, to the cop. He's totally going insane. He's supposed to be the one in control, but his character arc, he descends into fucking his own madness, his own obsession with Michael Myers. It's crazy. Yeah, like I said, he's acting his nuts off, and he's surrounded by a bunch of amateurs. This has, of course, the usual long, uninterrupted cuts, like scenes, like the long shots that are uninterrupted. They don't cut anywhere. That's like a staple in the Halloween franchise. They usually from Michael Myers' point of view. So, let's see here. Another thing I thought early on in this movie is Michael Myers spares. Like, I was wondering I don't know why they threw this in, because he breaks in, or not breaks in, but he walks into this old couple's house, and she's making a sandwich, and he steals her knife, but he doesn't kill the old couple. And I'm thought, oh, okay, so he does have a conscience. He doesn't just kill willy-nilly. He has a rhyme and reason to who he's killing. But so I was like, oh, that could be interesting. But then literally 2 minutes later, he goes next door and kills a broad for using the phone. So it's like, okay, there is no rhyme or reason. Why didn't he kill the old couple? Did they just not have the budget to kill the old couple, or what? I don't understand it. He breaks into their house, grabs their knife, doesn't kill him, but then he goes next door and kills some girl on a phone. Unless it has something to do with he's looking for his sister to kill, I don't think so, though. I don't think he just kills random teenagers because he thinks I think he knows who his sister is. He obviously does, because he tracks her down. So, yeah, I was like, at first I had hope. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. He's not killing the old couple, but then he kills the girl next door right away. So I was like, okay, well, that blows up my theory that he has some kind of rhyme or reason to it. And to go back to Loomis, his madness, like I mentioned, he gets somebody killed. He basically, he pulls a gun and starts shouting at Ben Tramer. Yeah, they did do him a solid. He fucking, like, he's shouting at this kid who's obviously a kid. He's got a trick or treat bag. He's wearing, of course, he is the unfortunate. He's unfortunate to be wearing the same mask Michael Myers is, but he's crossing the street, and the kid's like, oh, like, why is this old man fucking shouting at me? And he keeps looking back, And he looks back when Donald Pleasance pulls the gun on him. He's like, "Stop right there!" And the kid looks back, and then he turns around, and here comes a fucking cop car and just fucking sandwiches him against the fucking thing. Like, Loomis led to that kid's death. That if that kid would have been paying attention instead of this madman shouting at him, he probably would be alive today. Later on, it's revealed that kid is Ben Tramer. My subtitles, this is interesting. My subtitles, I always watch movies with subtitles because my hearing's so bad. Years and years, so nail guns, I guess, going off in my ear. But yeah, the subtitle says Bennett Tramer. Did they name their kid after Bennett from Commando? That'd be fucking awesome if they did. I've heard its reference over the years as just Ben Tramer. But the subtitle said Bennett, and the kid seems to say Bennett Tramer when they identify the body. That's just a little nugget of something I noticed because of my bad hearing. Then we get to, in this movie, it takes place mainly in this hospital. And there's an unfortunate group of third shift hospital workers, mainly big-titted broads and sleazy fucking dudes, and then a fat security guard. Are unfortunate to be working the third shift when Michael Myers is coming in for the kill. This one creeper, he's an EMT and he's just hanging. I guess the EMTs just hang out at the hospital. Is that what EMTs do? And waiting for calls? I guess that's what they do. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know any EMTs, but he's sitting in the break room smoking a doobie and he's talking to the other guy who's got a crush on Jamie Lee Curtis, the other EMT, and he's like, "Don't get involved with patients. Get involved with the nurses. The nurses put out." And then he sings this little ditty, and I thought it was pretty funny. It's like a sea shanty for EMTs. I thought it was pretty funny, so I'm going to quote it here. He goes, "Amazing grace, come sit on my face. Don't make me cry. I need your pie." It's like, hey, that's perfect for the Leisure Suit Larry fucking playthrough. I mean, so yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking funny. It just comes out of the top of his head. No one asks him to sing a song or anything. He just sings that little sea shanty, or whatever, call it EMT shanty, street shanty, chanty. I don't even, whatever. You know what I mean. So Amazing Grace, come sit on my face. Don't make me cry. I need your pie. That dude will later get it, so it's good. I guess it adds to his creepy factor. Like, you don't like him, so he's extra creepy. And then there's the token fat security guard. Seems like in all these slasher movies, there's always a fat security guard. Who are they fooling with these fat security guards? Like, these guys aren't going to chase down anybody. The best they can do, at best, is call the cops. They're just fat dudes. And this guy doubles as like a maintenance man on the third shift. And he dies because some fucking bimbo can't use a walkie-talkie. Like, she can't push and talk at the same time. It's like, she can't figure that out. And that's why he dies. Because she can't get help. It's like, what the fuck? Bimbo, just push the button and talk. Let's see. Who else is there? Going towards the nip factor, there is some nips in this movie. One nurse gets naked, and she's got some beautiful fake 80s boobs. She does have giant pepperonis, and they're hard nips, too. These nips could cut glass. They're so hard. But much like Final Destination 3, they get scorched. In fact, her pepperonis turn into those old world pepperonis. they get scorched like on a pepperoni pizza, like. But we'll get into that later on the death scenes talk. Some inaccuracies, commentary on the story. Loomis, at the very end of this movie, it's Loomis, Michael Myers, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Who's a man, by the way? I had a theory that she was a man. Me and my buddies in college. I think she's a man. And also, didn't Jamie Lee Curtis have runny diarrhea at some point? Like, didn't she do commercials for runny diarrhea? I'm pretty sure she suffered from runny diarrhea. But let me know, because I remember commercials of her going, I got runny diarrhea all the time. So I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, I'm just looking at the chat. Looks like we got some kind of spammer in the chat there. Oh well. Yeah. So and Jamie Lee Curtis also, also is what do you call it? Now that's kind of distracting. Loveface.xyz online strips without clothing. I guess I shouldn't be playing a porno game. So, anyways, I find it interesting that Jamie Lee Curtis looks like the oldest, what do you call it, in history? The oldest teenager, a high school student in history. So, who knows? What else is there besides her running diarrhea? Anyways, I was saying it's the three of them, Loomis, her, and what you call it in the room at the end, Michael Myers. And Loomis goes to hand her a gun, and she gets all like nervous, like she doesn't want to handle a gun. She does that thing like, I'm scared of guns. I don't want to handle a gun. And then in like a minute later, she uses the gun, and not only does she use it, she shoots so accurately, like dead fucking aim, in both of Michael Myers' eyes through the mask. Doesn't ruin the mask at all. So she gets the bullet through the eye holes perfectly. I find that kind of unbelievable, seeing as how she didn't even want to pick the gun up. But who knows? Maybe she has a backstory where she's a sniper or something. I don't know. That was inconsistency, to say the least, in the story. And then finally, at the end of the movie, Loomis fills the room with gas. And I wish they would have done this, but Michael Myers is blinded. So Jamie Lee Curtis leaves the room, and then he goes, Michael, it's time, or he says, it's time, Michael. And he lights his lighter, and the whole room explodes. I wish he would have like gave Michael Myers a giant hug and a kiss, and then said, it's time, Michael, and then lit him up. I was half expecting that to happen. It's been so long since I've seen this movie. I was like, does he hug him and kiss him and say it's time? But no, he doesn't. And then Michael Myers has this final scare where he's walking out, and Jamie Lee Curtis, he's on fire, and Jamie Lee Curtis thinks, oh shit, he's still alive, and then he finally succumbs to the fire and falls down, and that's the end. To redeem itself, the storyline does add the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis is Michael Myers' sister. Excuse me there, I had to cough. So yeah, and so that's a nice, I guess, a nice twist to the storyline. So I dig it. I thought it was good. But that would later get erased by canon when they redid Halloween a couple of years ago with Jamie Lee Curtis, her old ass, still suffering from diarrhea, runny diarrhea. That's basically it for Halloween 2. Like I said, it's a nice slasher flick. It's basically a repeat of 1, but just takes place in a hospital, and it's basically there to be a slasher film. So, which it does a good job of. A lot of people give this movie shit. I never knew it. I always grew up liking it. My brothers really liked it. In fact, I think it's my one brother's favorite Halloween. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, a lot of people give this movie shit. Like, they don't like it. I don't understand why not. I mean, what do you want? It didn't answer every fucking question in the book. I mean, Michael Myers is just basically pure evil. That's it. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. He's just pure evil. Evil incarnate. And so, I mean, whatever. The car accident death is fantastic. When Ben Tramer gets run over by a car, he just totally gets sandwiched, and it looks pretty fucking good too. The dummy looks good, and he just gets sandwiched into between a cop car and a van, and then it explodes. And then the post-mortem on the coroner's table, I mean, that shit's pretty creepy too. His burnt fucking corpse. The fat security guy. Oh yeah, this one's great. The fat security dude gets a hammer to the head. Michael Myers just pops up behind him and fucking slams a hammer in his head. But he slams it claw first. You don't see claw first that often. And the kicker, which makes this even better, is it makes like a metal ping noise. Like he slams the claw on the dude's head and it goes boom, ping, like a metal, like a slight twink or tink or whatever, ping. I love it. It's fucking great. It's pretty violent. The hot tub, the hot tub scene, you get the nudity, but the melting face and the melting body and the melting boobs, which is unfortunate. I wish Michael Myers would have just dunked her head and not the boobs underwater, because, I mean, why ruin a perfectly good pair of boobs there? Basically, he uses her face and cooks her like a human sous vide, like cooking a human in fucking hot water. Like you do with steaks. Like when they do sous vide steaks, it was human sous vide. Yeah, nips and gore in one. That's how it's done. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, there was. Okay. I was wondering if there's nudity in Halloween 1. I'm pretty sure there was. So, the nips are great, but they get scalded, so that's gonna deduct a little bit from the nip factor. Then there's the doctor and the bimbo nurse that goes in to get the doctor, and they both get syringes. One gets a syringe to the eye, the other one gets a syringe to the temple. He doesn't even fuck around with the easy eye jab. He shoves it through the temple bone into the back of her eye, or her, I don't know. That's one strong ass fucking syringe to get through bone, you know. He just shoves it right fucking into her temple, which is great. And then finally, bimbo number 2, as I call her, or bimbo number 3 at this point. I don't know. There's so many bimbos in this movie. The final nurse gets Michael Myers pops up behind her and stabs her with a scalpel in her back. And you would think, oh, that's not that great. But then he lifts her like 4 feet into the air on the scalpel. like it doesn't tear her skin or anything. So that means he must have hit bone or something hard to be able to lift her up, and then her shoes drop. And I believe that the director's like, well, we can't have her shit her pants, so let's just have the shoes drop on the floor instead of like a bunch of shit coming out of her butt fucking onto the floor, you know. So yeah, those are the deaths that I know. Of course, Michael Myers' death is classic. Loomis dies in this movie, but I believe Curse of Michael Myers brings him back, and he's got like a tiny little scar, or whatever sequel brings him back. All he's got is a tiny scar from being incinerated. He's got a tiny little burn mark on his cheek. I never understood that one either. But that's continuity for a later Halloween sequel. That'll knock the story score off the later Halloween sequel. So that is my notes on Halloween 2. Let's see how Halloween 2 stacks up. All right, gore death. I give it a 3. It's a little above average, so nothing too crazy, but there are some good deaths in it, so I give it a 3. Story, I give it a 2 because it's a rehash of 1, basically slasher, your basic slasher flick. Music soundtrack. I mean, who could not argue, or who could argue with John Carpenter's score? And they reuse it in this movie. So the ding 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 ding. I could picture John Carpenter smoking a pack at his little Casio keyboard, like just. Here, I'll do an impersonation of him. John Carpenter I get the guy's like a chimney, you know. In some fucking smoky studio going. John Carpenter, you gotta love it. So you can't argue with that. So I give that a well above average, a number 4. And nip factor. Now, the nip factor would have been a 3 because her nips are beautiful and her boobs are beautiful. But again, they get scolded, so they get knocked down to a 2, according to the Spicy Burrito algorithm. And that gives Halloween 2 a total of 11 on the whatever system we're doing here. So file that one. Next week, it looks like I'm going to have to assign some mods to get rid of the spam in my chat. It's like I got porno fucking shit all over the place. Faith Creighton, what is this? I don't even know what they're doing. Like, can you click on those? Oh well. So Halloween 2, a total of 11. And like I said, nothing's like permanent in this. This is just mostly viewer submitted movies. They're not my favorites, so Halloween 2 is an alright movie, but it's not my favorite of the Halloweens. And in fact, my favorite of the Halloweens is probably the one that gets the most shit. My favorite is Curse of Michael Myers 6. I think everybody universally hates that movie, but I love it. I love it. And if that ever comes up someday on this, we'll do that one too. And I'll try to be unbiased, but okay. So, without further ado, let's hop back into the game, I guess. Yeah, why not? Are we live? We're live, okay. We need to finish up Bill Zarbra.
Listen, I'm tired of making this stuff up. Let's go look at some boobies.
My sentiment's exactly there, Larry.
You know, I wonder why I keep finding myself examining boring crap. Pardon me, but was your father an alien? Because there's nothing else on Earth like you.
Leave me be.
So, what time do you have to be back in heaven?
Get the fuck away.
Oh, creeper. What's this guy doing?
I feel happy. Look at these lemmings.
Is that the Swan song?
Hey, some jerk dropped some money.
Some jerk.
Are you lost, ma'am? 'Cause heaven's a long way from here.
Do I know you?
I really should go to the store and pick up some more beetroot.
Beat.
Sacred token! Woohoo!
This is a work by the great modernist.
Party! Ahoo!
Listen, vagina mouth. Get the fuck out of here.
When shaving your
Oh, shit.
testicles, pull the scrotum skin tight with your fingertips to create a smooth glide surface. And remember, after shaving, always cleanse the scrotum and follow with the proper aftershave balm. We must reduce irritation, yes?
A secret token.
Did you say something about shaving your scrotum? I see my chat is back. You got something better to do?
I got to bum a smoke off somebody.
Where am I going? Oh, what's this book? Oh, a photo evaluation machine.
Nobody understands my art.
Secret token! Design note. Write more things for Larry to say.
Thanks, YouTube. You won't promote my videos, but you'll let fucking porno
What
fucking...
will Fastbinder do?
This is great. Great artists of the 20th century. Matisse? I've never heard of him. Ross and Picasso. Fucking...
Secret token.
I need some organic coffee.
Let's look at the statue.
Oh, ew. How about them local sports teams?
Go away.
Larry, always remember, when using anal beads, please use plenty of lube. And if your beads don't have a ring or a handle on the end, always leave 1 or 2 beads outside your nether regions so that you can pull them out.
Important safety tip there, Porn Fairy. You gave me some money. Nice. Oh, we gotta take pictures of her.
It's awful. The stupid French bitch here screwed up all my photos. I have nothing to give you. Oh, tell me, why does fate hate me?
Oh, now, baby, relax. It's no problem. Look, I pretty much have the run of this place. I'll take some photos of my own.
You'd really do that?
Absolutely. You get yourself ready, and we'll do a whole photo shoot.
Yeah,
It'll
now
be
we're
good
talking.
practice for you.
What the hell?
Can we move this along, please?
Yeah, sexy with that camera.
Oh, I missed her.
Oh, God. I'm totally exhibiting myself. I bet I look so sexy through that lens. Oh, my gosh. I can feel the lens caress my body. Stop teasing. Just do it. Look, I have a really important audition later, okay? Hurry up!
Oh, I got it. Sweet. I'm a photog. I have no rhyme or there's no rhyme or reason to how that works.
God, that was so amazing. I feel so much better.
You know, I just thought of something. You'd be perfect for a project I'm putting together. How'd you like to come back to my place for an audition?
How legitimate sounding. I'd love to.
Audition porn. Is that what that spam is? Audition porn? That's the creepy-ass fucking porn there is. I'd rather watch Two Girls, One Cup. Nah, no, I wouldn't. Finally, you've been trying to get a girl to read your porn script for years now. Oh, this ought to be good.
Okay.
Should I hit some naughty ones? I think I'm going to hit some naughty ones.
She actually has the largest pair of jugs in the movie, so I thought you'd be perfect. All right, character. Young, attractive, naive, but with strong Midwestern sensibilities. Nice girl. Very much a slut.
Okay.
I'll be reading the role of a patient of yours, Dick Fillsmore, which, as I mentioned before, will most likely be played by Hayden Christensen, and oh boy, aren't we lucky to have him. So, regardless of what happens or to whom, just do your best to imagine me as Hayden Christensen. From now until the time you leave this room, actually, I'd like you to look at me and see only Hayden Christensen, who I hear is pretty well endowed, by the way. Okay, let's begin.
This is the worst case of blue balls I have ever seen as a registered sex nurse. We need to relieve this pressure stat. Nurse Schlongandler, this patient has a large round head.
Nice one,
According
Chuck.
to medical science, this suggests he has a really big penis. We will need to massage it in unison.
Okay, good, excellent. That takes us directly to the catfight scene, during which the two of you fall into the Mr. Turtle pool full of chocolate syrup. When did I add that? Gosh, that's gonna be fun. No, please, you don't understand.
I'm purposely failing this. I want to hear some of the...
Become erect.
This man has only minutes to live. Looks like I'll have to handle all 15 inches of peen by myself.
Please, listen to me. My engorged man shaft is too big for any one nurse.
This is a rock-hard, glistening mega-boner, to be sure.
To be
However,
sure.
I took an oath that promised that the health of those I serve would be my first and only priority, that I would not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, politics, or shaft size to intervene between my duty and my patient, even if they have back hair. Take this, Larry.
Excellent, okay. Wow, great stuff. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like we've been auditioning for hours. How about a champagne break?
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, who could that be? Go away, please!
Hey, pal, heard you ran the party. Thought I'd stop by, bring over a 12-pack. Hey, how you doing, baby?
Holy buckets! How the heck did you get up here?
316 extension cords. Most of them stolen.
That's it. I give up. I'm out of here.
Hey, I thought you got eyes were watching Skin Flicks, brother. What it is, huh? Hey, who wants a beer?
I hate video games. Give me a call when he's gone and we'll hook up again.
Ah, boy. Okay, that one got really tough at the end. But I was trying to fail it in the beginning because I wanted to hear some of the dirty responses. So let's do it again. From the top.
Okay, so I thought I'd have you read the part of nurse number 3. She actually has one of the largest speaking roles in the whole movie. Now, if you'll just turn towards the end of the script there, page 7.
Okay.
Now, I'll be reading the role of patient number 2, which, as I mentioned before, will most likely be played by Hayden Christensen. And oh boy, aren't we lucky to have him. So, for the rest of the audition, just do your best to imagine me as Hayden Christensen. From now until the time you leave this room, actually, I'd like you to look at me and see only Hayden Christensen, who I hear is pretty amazing in the sack, by the way. Okay, let's begin.
This is the worst case of blue balls I have ever seen as a registered sex nurse. We need to relieve this pressure stat. Nurse Schlongandler, this patient has a large round head. According to medical science, this suggests he has a really big penis. We will need to massage it in unison.
Okay, good, excellent. That takes us directly to the catfight scene, in which the two of you roll around on the ground, frantically tearing off each other's clothes. You emerge the victor, approach my bed, and then...
This man has only minutes to live. Looks like I'll have to handle all 15 inches of peen by myself.
Peen.
Listen to me. My solid foot of meat flute is too impressive for any one woman.
This is a rock-hard, glistening mega-boner, to be sure. However, I took an oath that promised that the health of those I serve would be my first and only priority, that I would not permit considerations of religion, nationality,
Did she
race,
say peen?
politics, or shaft size to intervene between my duty and my patient. Even if they have back hair? What is this, Larry?
Excellent, okay. Wow, great stuff. Well, I don't
Damn
know
it.
about you, but I feel like we've been auditioning for hours. How about a champagne break? Oh, man, who could that be? Go away, please!
Hey, pal. Heard you were having a party. Thought I'd stop by. Bring over a 12-pack. Hey, how you doing, baby?
Holy buckets! How the heck did you get up here?
316 extension cords. Most of them stolen.
That's it. I give up. I'm out of here.
Hey, I thought you got eyes watching Skin Flicks, brother. What gig is, huh? Hey, who wants a beer?
I hate video games. Give me a call when he's gone and we'll hook up again.
Yeah, that gets brutal with those farts at the end. Those are hard to avoid. You gonna have to do this again?
Okay, so I thought I'd have you read the part of nurse number 3. She actually has one of the largest speaking roles in the whole movie. Now, if you'll just turn towards the end of the script there, page 7.
Okay.
Now, I'll be reading the role of patient number 2, which by total coincidence will most likely be played by Hayden Christensen. So, for the rest of the audition, just do your best to imagine me as Hayden Christensen. From now until the time you leave this room, actually, I'd like you to look at me and see only Hayden Christensen, who I hear is pretty amazing in the sack, by the way. Okay, let's begin.
This is the worst case of blue balls I have ever seen as a registered sex nurse.
This is brutal.
We need to relieve this pressure stat. Nurse Schlongandler, this patient has a large round head. According to medical science, this suggests he has a really big penis. We will need to massage it in unison.
Okay, good, excellent. That takes us directly to the catfight scene, in which the two of you roll around on the ground, frantically tearing off each other's clothes. You emerge the victor, approach my bed, and then...
This man has only minutes to live. Looks like I'll have to handle all 15 inches of peen by myself.
Please, listen to me. My solid foot of meat flute is too impressive for any one woman.
This is a rock-hard, glistening mega-boner, to
Mega
be sure.
boner.
However, I took an oath that promised that the health of those I serve would be my first and only priority, that I would not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, politics, or shaft size to intervene between my duty and my patient.
God, does she ever shut up?
Did they have back hair? What is this, Larry?
Excellent, okay. Wow, great stuff. So, moving on.
This game is so annoying.
Man, who could that be? Go away, please!
Hey, pal. Heard you were having a party. Thought I'd stop by. Bring over a 12 pack. Hey, how you doing, baby?
Holy buckets! Does someone want to explain to me how you're not at Bladmart right now?
Yeah, once you get drunk, it's like impossible.
Most of them stolen.
That's it. I give up. I'm out of here.
Hey, I thought you guys were watching Skin Flicks, brother.
We're gonna have to do this a fucking fourth time.
I hate video games. Give me a call when he's gone, and we'll hook up again.
Yeah, I know, but... And like I said, once you get drunk, it's over. You know, that sperm does not move.
Okay, so I thought I'd have you read the part of nurse number 3. She actually has one of the largest speaking roles in the whole movie. Now, if you'll just turn towards the end of the script there.
I'm just
page
trying to hit him
7.
now.
Okay.
Now, I'll be reading the role of patient number 2, which, as I mentioned before, will most likely be played by Hayden Christensen. So,
Hayden
for the rest of
Christensen.
the audition, just do your best to imagine me as Hayden Christensen. From now until the time you leave this room, actually, I'd like you to look at me and see only Hayden Christensen, who I hear is pretty amazing in the sack, by the way. Okay, let's begin.
This is the worst case of blue balls I have ever seen as a registered sex nurse. We need to relieve this pressure stat. Nurse Schlongandler.
Schlongandler.
Round head. According to medical science, this suggests he has a really big penis. We will need to massage it in unison.
Okay, good, excellent. That takes us directly to the catfight scene, in which the two of you roll around on the ground, frantically tearing off each other's clothes. You emerge the victor, approach my bed, and then...
This man has only minutes to live. Looks like I'll have to handle all 15 inches of peen by myself.
Please, listen to me. My engorged man shaft is too big for any one nurse.
This is a rock-hard, glistening mega boner, to be sure. However, I took an oath.
All right, here's her
An oath
soliloquy.
that promised that
It
the
goes on
health of
forever.
those I serve would be my first and only priority, that I would not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, politics, or shop size to intervene between my duty and my patient, even if they have back hair. What is this, Larry?
Excellent, okay. Wow, great stuff. So, moving on.
All right, here's the burps.
Oh, man, who could that be? Go away, please!
Oh, they got rid of him.
Pal, heard you were having a party. Thought I'd stop by. Bring over a 12 pack. Hey, how you doing, baby?
Holy buckets! How the heck did you get up here?
316 extension gold. Most of them stolen.
That's it. I give up.
Got it.
I'm out of here.
Hey, I thought you guys were watching Skin Flicks, brother.
Skin Flicks, brother. I don't get it. I don't...
Oh, Larry! This'll give us the perfect opportunity to practice the scene in front of an audience. You know, so we can get objective feedback. This is so exciting!
So I scored a perfect on that round. I don't get it. They thought this video game machine was funny. This is the one thing that doesn't land, and the thing is annoying. And that stupid music, that dun 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 dun. Whatever. Hopefully this is the last of it. This is gonna be what do you call it? Reaction time.
What are you doing? Ooh, yeah. Damn. Come on, I'm not even hard.
What the hell?
All right, suck him off.
You were born for this, Larry.
I'm ordering a pizza. You guys let me know.
Oh, I lost it on the last round. Come on. That fucking music. I cannot wait till this video game machine blows up.
What are you doing?
Damn it.
Ooh, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, she was going down on a burrito. That's all right. That's for sure. A spicy one.
Damn, that's hot.
Like that old Taco Bell commercial.
Right, suck him off.
You were born for this, Larry.
Yeah, take that. Some pounding. It takes some pounding now.
Oh, I wouldn't mind trying that, brother. Here comes the money shot.
He was making a noise.
Right in the eye. No, that'll learn her.
What a black and white fuzzy ass TV. All right, so that one wasn't that interesting. The conversations were pretty funny if you didn't have to do them 4 fucking times in a row. Okay, back to the topic. We gotta get moving here. Oh, geez, 10-10. 10-10, 220. All right. Let's see what's next. This movie is near and dear to my heart, and I remember seeing this. I was probably like 12 years old. This is there's not much I can say. This is another one that a lot of people shit on. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great, and I'm talking none other than Jason Goes to Hell. Friday the 13th Part 9. It's not called that because of the studio that owned the Friday the 13th franchise sold it to New Line Cinema, and so they couldn't use Friday the 13th, but they could use Jason, so they called it Jason Goes to Hell. This movie, where do you begin with this fucking movie? This is almost as crazy as Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Let's start with some of the storyline. It's got like a supernatural, they bring like a supernatural feel to the Friday the 13th franchise. So I know that Jason like is impervious to damage or whatever, but I mean, all along he was just a murderer, and his mom was the murderer in the first one, and blah blah blah. And I know in Friday the 13th 7 they dabbled with not a clairvoyant, what do you call it? A telepath. So it had a little bit of supernatural elements, but this one takes it to a whole new level. Okay, so in the beginning, it starts off with some broad pulling up to a shack in the woods, and she's just staying alone there, I guess. I don't know. But we do get nips, and it's dark nips, because it takes place in the dark of night, and she starts a bath, and she takes off her clothes. So you do get a little bit of nips in there. And then she gets chased around by Jason. It turns out she's an FBI agent, and she lures Jason out into the woods with a towel on that doesn't seem to want to come off, even though she's doing backflips and jumping out of windows, but the towel stays perfectly. It's almost like she glued it to herself. It would have been cool if she was naked doing this stuff, but whatever. She lures Jason out into the middle of the woods, and then the spotlights come on, and the FBI there's like 8 FBI agents or 10, and they just blow him away, and they blow him away so fucking brutally that I think they call in artillery to kill him. They literally launch artillery to him to blow him up into a million pieces. And then it's over. And the only things that the only thing when his body explodes that survive are his head, and he's got that bulbous head with all the bulbous like growths and stuff. It's gross. And his heart's still beating. And then we cut to the coroner. What can you say? He's in the top left of the pictures. What can you say? This was like the freakiest fucking thing ever. Like, and they don't really explain it. He's doing an autopsy on Jason's body, and of course it's in a million pieces. Like they shoveled it into a bag. But he's looking at the head, and then he starts looking at the heart, and then the heart starts beating, and this guy picks up the heart and just decides to fucking mow down on it. He just takes the heart and just fucking just takes a fucking giant bite out of it and shoves it in his face, and there's shit all over his face. And then he starts regurgitating it, blood and shit everywhere. And they're like, what the fuck? Why would he like just choose to eat the fucking heart? Now, I think they tried to explain it. They didn't do a very good job. But when the heart's beating, it's beating like harmonically, and then the music, the sound is making this like I think what they were going for is he gets hypnotized by the heart, and the heart like hypnotized him to eat the heart. If you can understand that. That was kind of a jumbled way of explaining it, but I think he gets hypnotized by the heartbeat, and the heart tells him to eat him. So he eats the fucking heart. And of course, that means Jason is transported into his body. So now Jason has the coroner's body. and then that starts off a chain reaction of Jason going around and killing people, and the body will wear out because it's a zombie body. So he has to transfer himself into somebody else's body, and he does that by like usually French kissing, like doing a fucking open mouth kiss on somebody, and this turd monster literally comes a turd like if you remember that South Park where they held in their shit so long that they shat out their mouth. That's what it's like. It's just this slug turd comes out of his fucking mouth into the other person's, and he can enter he's got to enter a new body through the orifice, and it's usually the mouth, and we'll get into it more in depth later. So I was just like, what? I mean, it's like the biggest WTF moment ever in the history of film. Like, why does he eat the heart? They don't explain it, and they just leave you to infer, or if you really think in depth like I do, that he gets hypnotized. So WTF there. He tears into it. He tears into that fucking heart too, like it's like I tear into a fucking mushroom Swiss burger, or Bizarre tears into a fucking spicy burrito. He's just like, boom, shoves it down his fucking throat. Then we meet our main character, who's the boyfriend of, I don't know, Jason's niece. It's some convoluted relationship. He has a kid, illegitimate kid with Jason's niece, but he's our main character. He's the hero, supposedly. He looks like Stephen Colbert's fucking doppelganger. I call him Discount Stephen Colbert. Then we meet another great thing about this movie is the characters. Some of the characters are fantastic. The whole diner crew. You got the big fat broad named Joey. You got Pookie, who's the skinny husband of Joey or whatever. And then their son is, I forget the son's name. I might have it written down here, but it doesn't really matter. Ward. The son's name is Ward, and he's just a big dumb galoot. You know, he reminds me of Chum-Lee or Rick's son from Pawn Stars. Big dumb fat galoot, you know? The diner crew's great. And then there's a redheaded chick in the diner too, just a token redhead, I guess. The studio, I watched a couple of videos on YouTube about this after I watched the movie. The studio wanted more to get back to the old, because the last one took place in Manhattan. Jason Takes Manhattan. They wanted to get Jason back into the woods killing teenagers. So, and the director didn't want to do that, and the screenwriter. They didn't want to do it, but they were forced to by the studio, so they had to throw in a scene of Jason killing 3 teenagers in the woods. And that's where we get a giant nip factor. Now, first of all, there's two broads. One of them's a redhead, and she takes off her clothes, and she's got beautiful big boobs. I don't know if they're fake, and she's got a decent body, and very nice on the nip factor. And then the other broad, and I have written down here. Now I watched this on Monday, so 5 days ago, 6 days ago. I can't remember why I wrote her name is Super Nips, other than the fact that she's got super nips. So I called her Super Nips in my note. She throws away a condom, so she loses her protection. Her and her husband, or not husband, her and her boyfriend, they're like struggling with condoms or something. And like he's like, I hate these. So she throws it out, and then of course Jason comes in and stabs her with a fucking pole. She should have worn her fucking protection. Jason wouldn't have killed her. The director must have had some kind of fetish with girls peeing, because both girls, the redhead and Super Nips, both go out for a tinkle. They go out for a tenderfoot timeout, and they're like the shortest pees ever. They're like just, you can hear the sound. You can hear them pee for like 1.5 seconds each. They're the shortest thing ever. And of course, Red gets it when she goes out to pee. You didn't really need these girls to pee. You could have killed them without the peeing. But obviously, the director was probably one of those creepers in Hollywood that just gets off on girls peeing or something. So he threw it in there. And we'll talk about Super Nip's death later when we get to the main death, the death scenes, the highlights. Okay, this movie has one of the greatest. Kyoko Pee makes me happy in pants. Is that not another teen movie quoting there? And doesn't she drop a deuce in that movie too? She just starts farting and dropping diarrhea like Jamie Lee Curtis. One of the greatest characters of all time, and I believe in horror movie is up there in the top right, Creighton fucking Duke. Now, there's a couple things about Creighton Duke. One, the guy dresses like Doc Holliday. I think they saw the success of Tombstone, and they're like, we need a Doc Holliday character. Let's dress this black dude up as Doc Holliday and call him Creighton Duke. And he's a badass like Doc Holliday. He's fucking awesome, and he's weird too. He's got some weird tendencies I'll get into in a little bit. So he has that quirkiness where he dresses like Doc Holliday, and then he has that fucking knife that he's always carrying around, and he seems to be the principal exposition guy. Like, he tells what's going on, and he conveys like what we're supposed to know. All the information comes through him, but he's fucking awesome, and the actor is fucking awesome too. I'm sure I've seen him in other things. I just can't remember any off the top of my head. Another thing is I'm assuming that the screenwriter or whoever came up with the name Creighton Duke was an NCAA basketball fan. Creighton versus Duke. I don't know. I mean, they're two big basketball schools. I don't think Creighton was a huge basketball school back then, but maybe they went to Creighton. But Creighton Duke, I always see. And when Creighton played Duke a few years ago, I was like, oh, Creighton's playing fucking Duke. That could have been 10 years ago, for all I know. I haven't watched NCAA basketball in a long time. But yeah, when I saw Creighton playing Duke, that reminded me of this fucking movie, Creighton Duke. So, there's a couple things. Two rip-off scenarios. One is this movie ripped something off, and another is something else ripped something off from this movie. We'll go through both of them real quick here. First things first, this movie rips off Alien. At the end of this movie, he looks like, definitely Andrew McCarthy. He definitely looks like Andrew McCarthy too. And then he's got the glasses with Anthony Edwards. He does. That's a good point. Yeah, it's good. But I like to think it's Stephen Colbert too. So maybe all three, a three-way. So the rip-off, it rips off Alien because at the end, the monster, Jason has to leave the body that just got killed that he was in. So he comes out, and it looks exactly like the alien and it scurries around like the alien, except it doesn't have like legs. So picture the alien just slithering along the floor, that alien monster that pops out of that guy's chest. It's like the same fucking thing. And I'm like, that's like a total ripoff. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. At that point, Alien was probably 12 years old by the time this movie came out. So maybe they were just refreshing people's minds, or maybe thought nobody would remember or what. But, yeah, it's a total ripoff of Alien. Now, Game of Thrones ripped this movie off. And it's like, I didn't notice it. I haven't seen this movie since Game of Thrones aired. When I watched it and I saw the shot of our hero, Jason's niece, stabbing and killing Jason. She stabs him in the chest. Now, she does it. She comes over the top. She comes out of nowhere. They show Jason in the foreground. She comes out of nowhere, and the whole background's black. Like, it's black as night. Comes out of nowhere, in the air, comes over his shoulder, and stabs him in the heart. Does that... and it totally... It's like shot for shot, Arya killing the White Walker King, or whatever. What was his name? The king. Not the king in the north, but the White Walker King. It's the same exact theme. Same exact scene, shot for shot. I swear to God, I'll have to go back and watch the last season of Game of Thrones to find out, but I don't want to watch the last season of Game of Thrones. Nobody does. It was terrible. So, yeah, it's the same shot for shot. And maybe the two showrunners, Benioff and Weiss, were fans of this movie, and they thought, oh, well, that's pretty cool, you know? Let's use that shot from some obscure movie that everybody shits on. So, yeah. Let me take a look. And of course, at the end of the movie, Jason gets pulled into hell by a bunch of big fat hands. It almost reminds me of Poltergeist, but he gets pulled into hell, but his mask is still on the dirt on the grassy knoll there. And a dog digs it up, and then the dog runs away. And all of a sudden you see Freddy's fucking knifed, gloved hand pop up out of the ground, grab the mask, and pull it under. And then Freddy laughs. And so, basically, just to give you a little backstory, they were planning on doing a Freddy and Jason crossover movie right away. This movie was 1993, I believe. And they didn't get around. They basically teased everybody with that. All horror fans, a Freddy and a Jason crossover, they teased them for a fucking decade. Like the Freddy vs. Jason movie doesn't come out for 10 years after this movie. So that's how long a tease it was. I mean, there was a lot of horror fans with fucking big blue balls just waiting for that, you know. And I can imagine all of them getting all fucking wet when they saw Freddy's hand come up. Like, oh, dude, in a couple years, there's gonna be a Freddy and Jason crossover. And then a decade later, oh yeah, I forgot there was supposed to be a Freddy and Jason crossover. Basically, the story behind that is Nightmare on Elm Street was still doing pretty decent at the box office, so they didn't want to like ruin it. They didn't, or well, not ruin it, but they didn't want to do a crossover. They just wanted to keep doing Nightmare on Elm Streets until they wore out, you know, and because the Jason franchise was dead in the water, and this didn't do much to help it. And Jason X definitely didn't do anything to help it. And Wes Craven wanted to do New Nightmare, and that took place after this came out. So, yeah, that's why it basically lasted a decade before they decided. They wanted both franchises to die before they resurrect them with a Freddy and Jason crossover. So I thought that was pretty interesting tidbit of information. Let's see. Should we get to the deaths? Overall, this movie has great special effects. Terrible music. I'm not even going to mention the music's awful. The music in this movie, I was disgusted at. And there's some really bad fucking acting. A lot of people shit on this movie. A lot of critics, a lot of horror fans shit on this movie. Well, the story doesn't make sense, and there's too many abrupt bad edits and bad cuts and not enough exposition and nothing's explained. And I'm like, give it up. The movie is great. If just pay attention to the deaths, that's what it's there for. It's gory. It gives a little supernatural twist to the whole Jason story. I mean, the Jason story was fucking worn out, like fucking, like I don't know a good comparison on a worn out roast beef. I wanted to say something like that, like a $2 whore. Yeah, just let it go. These things aren't fucking Oscar contenders. They're not hiring Oscar contending screenwriters and directors to make these movies. They're hiring. In fact, this one had a 23-year-old director. A 23-year-old director. I mean, fuck. I mean, that's young as hell. I mean, he was older than Jamie Lee Curtis when she got diarrhea. But so yeah, it's just like when people bitch and complain, I'm like, this movie's fucking great. And that goes for Jason, Michael Myers, Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6 too. I'll have the same critique. Like, go fuck yourself. This movie's supposed to be about gore and blood, and it's a horror movie, and it's a cheesy horror movie, and it's like late in the lifetime of these franchises. This is number 9, for crying out loud, of the franchises. Number 9. I mean, the story's worn out by then. If they haven't explained everything by then, by number 9, you're not going to get it. So why are you extra harsh on this movie as opposed to the other fucking 8 sequels, That's just my take on that. So let's go ahead and get to the good old death scenes. Let's see. I mentioned Jason getting blown to pieces. Jason should have definitely heeded Admiral Akbar's advice on that one. It's a trap. It's a trap. Jason, it's a trap. It's a fucking trap. Let's see. The court. Okay. After Jason possesses the coroner's body, his assistant comes in and he stabs him with a probe, which is not that great, but he smashes his face down into, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a grated. It's like a table that's made of a grid of steel holes that are like inch by inch square. And he slams his head down and shoves the probe in, but he slammed his head down so hard that when he pulls his head back after he kills him, like some of his face seeped through that grating. And I always thought that was fucking cool. I noticed that when I watched it. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, the probe thing that's been done, but yeah, his face seeping through, and they gave that little extra attention to detail. That look, Jason's slamming this guy's face on a grated table. Some shit should come through. Because he slams him so fucking forceful. That was cool. Super Nips. Let's get back to Super Nips. Best death. I think this is the best death in the whole movie. Super Nips gets stabbed by this stake pole. One of those stake poles you put in the ground, like in it. I don't know. She gets impaled through the gut, okay? And then Jason lifts up and cuts her body vertically in half. Oh, is it fucking phenomenal? And then the blood sprays all over the fucking dude. His balls shrivel up real quick. He unfortunately cuts the boobs in half, or her body in half. So you got, two halves of her body cut vertically, and one boob on the left, one boob on the right. So he takes care of Super Nips there. But it's so cool that he has the force to rip it right through her shoulder. Oh, fucking brutal. Totally unbelievable, but brutal and very well done. I mean, the practical effects on that was very well done. Oh, I gotta mention this. This is bad. This is bad as far as pulling it off, but it's funny as fuck as a death. Jason at one point just runs up to a lady getting into a car and slams the door on her head, so her head's like in between the car frame and the car door, and she's like going to lower herself into the car, and he just runs up real quick and just slams the door, and it basically looks like a pillow is getting smashed. That's how bad the effect is. It looks like they're smashing a pillow in a car door. But I just thought it was fucking funny that he just runs up and fucking smashes her head in a car door. And then he abducts her love affair interest, which is this, I don't know, hairy fucking cop. And Jason puts this guy, he kills the lady in the car door. He takes this guy and pulls a Dexter on him. He takes him back to I don't know, his house in a torture chamber, and he strips him nude, puts him on a table, straps him down with leather, and then so he's going to transfer because the coroner's body's dying, so he's going to transfer into this guy. For some reason, he takes the time to put shaving cream on him and then take a straight razor and shave the guy. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Like, why would you have to shave the guy? And then he French kisses him and puts the turd monster into the dude. Like, did we really have to see him shaving? What was the point of him shaving the guy? Like, his whole beard, his mustache, and everything, he shaves him clean. I'm surprised he didn't wipe him off and give him a hot towel. And then he fucking leans in for the French kiss and fucking transfers that turd monster into him. It's the weirdest thing. Like, did we need to see that? You could have just strapped him to the table and then transferred him. Why'd you shave him? But, oh, wow, that's one of those things that make... That's another WTF moment in this movie. This movie's full of them. Oh, let's see. The melting man, okay, that guy, he becomes Jason. He does some killing, and then the body wears out, and the turd monster comes out of him. And the guy, like, they decide to have the guy melt. Like, almost like the reverse of Hellraiser, where the guy's growing skin over time. He starts off as a pool of melting flesh, and then he grows into a regular human. This guy just, like, decomposes in front of our eyes, and it's really good effects. I mean, the dude's melting. It's a lot better than the hot tub boobs, but these movies are 10, 12 years apart, so technology was a little better. The practical effects became better. So the melting man is good. Ward, the son from the diner, Joey and Pookie's son. His death isn't impressive, but Jason bends his wrist down with such force that his wrist bones break and come out of his fucking skin. It's fucking gross. I don't think Ward's gonna be jerking off with that hand anytime soon. Pookie in this whole diner scene, he goes one by one, killing everybody in the diner. Pookie gets it. The short fucking husband dude. He gets deep fried. He gets batter dipped and deep fried. He just shoves his face into the deep fryer with his hand. Like, Jason's hand is in the deep fryer as well, but it doesn't matter. He's technically not Jason at this point, or he's in somebody else's body. I forget whose body he's in. Yeah, so Pookie gets extra crispy, and then the fat lady's trying to, like, pull Jason off of him, and Jason just throws a fucking elbow right into her mouth, and that's when you get the middle picture up there. Her mouth is like indented in her teeth. She's got like 2 teeth that are out, and then all the rest of them are like bent in. It's like the weirdest fucking thing I've seen. And then she's got this look on her in her eyes, and they like focus in, and it's like one of the funniest fucking things. Every time I see it, I laugh out loud. The fucking face she makes, she's like, whoa, and she's doing the, what do you call that? The duck lips. It's basically like a glorified duck lips. That's an elbow Macho Man Randy Savage would be proud of, that's for sure. So that's pretty much all I got on the deaths. Now, there's a couple things I didn't mention. I mentioned that the shit monster, the sludge turd, has to enter in through an orifice. Later on, in the very final scene, Jason, to get resurrected, he has to go into a Voorhees, or to die, he has to be killed by a Voorhees. Whatever. That's the whole thing. Live by a Voorhees or die by a Voorhees. In the end, Jason's cousin or niece or whatever is dead, and they show the little alien sludge monster, sludge turd, go up, and then it stops, and she's laying on the ground. She's dead on her stomach, and it stops right before it goes under her skirt, and then it just gets like sucked in under her skirt, like so it entered into her butthole or her vag or what, I don't know, but I love how it stops, and then it just like makes this suction noise, and it just gets sucked in through her skirt into her butthole. So yeah, that's another one I just laugh out loud at. And I forgot to mention Creighton Duke is like this sadomasochistic dude too, because he gets locked up with discount Stephen Colbert, and Stephen Colbert needs information that only Creighton Duke has. And Creighton Duke's like, you got to pay the price. This is why I love this character. And he's like, what's the price? And he's like, give me your hand. And he breaks his finger, and then he gives him a little info. And then the guy's like, well, I need more. And he's like, well, I'm going to need another finger. And then he breaks another finger and gives him a little more info. And then he does it again a third time. He's like, well, that's going to be a hefty price. So, yeah, that's just another one of Creighton Duke's badassery there. Yeah, so that's it. I think I've said all I can say about this movie. I love this movie. I love it. And a lot of people shit on it, but that's all right. We can't all be perfect like me, the spicy burrito. But that in a nutshell is Jason Goes to Hell. So let's check out the tally here. All right, we got Gore and Death 5. This ranks up there with Final Destination. It's just the attention to detail, the creative ways of killing people. The Gore and Death is 5. Story gets a 3. I actually like the story. The story is your typical Jason slasher, but they add that supernatural thing to it that I kind of dig. It's refreshing. It's better than 8. I mean, 8 was freaking horrible. So you can tell they made an attempt to try to make this thing unique. Music soundtrack. Now, yeah, I mentioned that. It's terrible. The music is almost borderline annoying. Like, it is bad. It is very bad. It is very annoying. It doesn't really serve any purpose. There's no rock songs or any. There's one scene where Discount Stephen Colbert's singing along to some generic hair band or something. Other than that, I mean, that's not saving this music soundtrack. So it's a big old fucking goose egg. And then Nip Factor 3. There's technically 6 nips in this movie. One, I deduct one from being in the dark, and then I deduct another nip factor for her body getting split in half. So we're going to end up with a nip factor of 3, which gives this movie a total of 11. So that's Jason Goes to Hell for you. 11 on the old spicy burrito category of ranking horror movie sequels. Oh, boy. We got an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes left, and I got to get through 2 more of these bad boys. Okay. It's doable. It's doable. Let's just play for like 20 minutes and then see where we go. Let's get back into the game. Let's get back into the war, as Slack would say. All right. Are we live? Are we live? Okay, we can talk to Beatrice. Sweetwater Pimpin'. Sweet Lou. Let me just make sure my notes are okay. In order here for the next one. So we're ready to go once the time comes. Speaking of coming, Larry ain't been doing much coming lately. All right. Oh, yeah, okay. I love how it says free BJ's on our sign. I didn't notice that till today when I was testing out the game. Free BJ's. Salad bar. Oh, game audio. There we go. Not to, there was you missed 2 farts. I farted twice. Who are we gonna go see? Oh yeah. I know who we're gonna go see. Well, we gotta go Swingles first.
Hey, Don Juan. Back from your conquests?
Bitch, hurry up in there. We late for church.
Listen, I need you to help me out here. This hooker over there is using the Swingles van to turn tricks. Can you get rid of everybody? I'll bump you up on the show's contestant list.
Don't worry. Repelling people is what I do best.
You got that right, Larry. Repelling pussy, maybe. That's what I do best.
Customers alone, man.
How do I do
The
this?
other pimp's got half-price hookers over in the Greek quad.
Yeah, I
I'm
should
leaving,
get out of
dude.
here. I already got enough.
Fucking around like this?
There was a recall on Flatmark brand condoms.
Yes,
I'm leaving,
I just
dude.
remembered an appointment.
I remember this one being tricky because you gotta avoid the
Get on out of here.
the hookers. Like I can't talk to these guys around the hookers.
I heard all of Sweetwater's hoes have syphilis.
Sweetwater's hose.
Say, man, I'm running a business here.
He didn't say anything.
Stop that shit.
Okay, she's too close.
Your
Hey,
attention, have a moment of
please.
your time.
What you doing around here?
See if you watch. If I go up to one of these dudes and oh, maybe I can get him. Nope. See, she was too close. It all depends on the NPCs moving. It's kind of fucking tricky. I guess.
I'm gonna beat your ass, man.
Oh, you gotta get these guys first.
I saw your wife in the library.
Oh, okay.
Just remembered an appointment.
I saw your wife in the library.
You better start running, boy.
Chlamydia.
Yeah, I should get out of here.
It's like chlamydia.
Enough VD.
Chlamydia.
Stop that shit.
Oh, she's too close.
Gonorrhea. Oh man, I'm leaving,
Leave
dude.
my customers alone. man.
Gonorrhea. Get away from the girls.
Your attention, please.
Why are you fucking around like this?
Well, here we go. Boom.
I heard all of
Right, boy,
Sweetwater's
you know I
hoes
ain't put
have
up with this
syphilis.
You don't know how long I struggled at that in practice. Like it kept telling me I was doing it wrong, and it wouldn't explain that the hookers were too close.
Swingles, 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 swingles! Well, well, young lad, you're moving up in the world. Doors that were once closed to you are now opening up, like the sorority president's office. And the sorority president herself, Tilly. What a set of gams on this one. And a redhead to boot.
Gams.
A natural redhead too, hombre.
Ah.
Yeah. Ooh la la. Viva le snatch. You can make a French connection with Coco.
Oh, yes.
Swingles man is late for his paternity suit, so he's got to scram. Now get out there and be somebody. Be somebody.
All right, we're definitely going after that fucking mime. Be somebody. You better act somebody.
Well, I guess you did the best you could.
Yeah,
Fucking
can I
Snoop
borrow
Dogg over
50
there.
bucks?
No, you can't borrow $50.
Larry wanted to get it on with the hookers. I just love how it to deter the guys from. He's like gonorrhea, chlamydia, chlamydia. Yes, let's go after Coco. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Her nipples are like crunch berries. Hold on. There she is, but I think I saw. It's not there anymore. Oh well. Oh, this broad's gonna be pretentious. Is she even gonna talk?
Oh, a clown. Hilarious. Laugh at the funny clown. Ha ha ha.
Oh, I'm done. What is this?
Next time you're out in your little clown car with Sandman Sims, tell him to go get bent. Yeah, I know all you people know each other. Let me explain. So, I'm doing my drag review on Showtime at the Apollo, all dolled up as Bette Midler, of course, and I'm really belting it out. Then a
I can't even get up
from
there.
another dimension, and a clown tap dances out. Obviously, some nut who slipped through security. So I pretend like nothing's happening, but he's trying to sweep me off the stage.
Sweet.
He's laughing at
Oh,
me,
jeez.
which I hate. So I pull out my own broom, which I keep on me at all times just for this occasion, and I start sweeping him off the stage. So the audience is booing because they want to hear the rest of my song. So I've got him halfway off stage when he trips over the broom, and there's this horrible cracking sound as he falls, right on Ray Chu and the crew. So Steve Harvey comes out and he's yelling
Steve
at me,
Harvey.
and I try to tell him that Sandman started it, and then the judge is all like, "The clown union isn't gonna forget this, and Sandman's 76 years old, and he's never gonna
Damn
wake
it.
up. Like
Damn
we
it.
can't find another 76-year-old tap dancing clown."
She's banging her head against the wall, an invisible wall.
Oh, and apparently only poor Sandman's important? What about my strained shoulder from pushing him around? My dreams of stardom
for
were
Christ's
snuffed
sakes.
out like a cheap candle. Everything has to be done for the clown.
You idiot! I am not the clown. I am the mime. Mime! And I know not of which you speak. This Sandy Man and this Stephen Harvey.
Oh, that's just great. You like Sandman better than me, just because he's a clown
Nice.
too.
Now
Barely
we do
got that.
something that requires you not to speak. You will mime with me to forget your paltry troubles. And no talking.
Oh, we're gonna. Okay, we got a mime. A mime.
What a
Delightful.
Mime.
A mime.
You are mime personified.
Oh, I love mimes.
Bravo!
How clever.
Are brilliant.
Two more. Can I do it? This is gonna be tough.
I applaud you.
I should be able to do it though. All right. Oh shit. There she is.
Hey, my kids like clowns.
Got her. Get her done. My kids like clown. Okay.
I got peed on.
What's going to tell us we're not drunk enough? Okay. Before we get any deeper into Coco there. Let's bring up the last one because we're down to an hour. 1 hour.
Vive la France!
Come on. Where is she?
I feel sad.
Come on. There we go. All right, we'll do this conversation and then we'll. But if I have to retry this, we'll just pause it.
Hello.
Alors.
Yep, I'm just reading the complete works of one of my favorite classical authors, who, by the way, happens to be French. Honor de Balzac.
I find Balzac's work to be the well-sugared pieces of pedestrian sentimentalism.
So, I haven't seen you here before. Is this your first visit to our seaside town?
But we have met, Larry. I am the mime you perform with on the street.
Boy, this is sure a great day to be at the beach. The wind in my hair, the sand beneath my toes. I don't know which is more likely to be eaten by an alligator. The blue or green water, or your blue or green eyes.
Your pathetic attempts at flattery caused me to break out into raucous laughter. Ha! Ha ha!
I've got an extra boogie board. Would you like to body surf? Remember, reader, before you ask her, buy a board at Toys R Us or...
What is this? Is this what you commoners consider to be the funny, huh? Like Jerry Lewis, huh? Funny, ha ha?
Jerry Lewis.
I laugh, but only at your pathetic absurdity, ha.
Didn't the French people have an obsession with Jerry Lewis?
What? You lost me in the sad depths of your confusion. Well,
Hold on to your shorts and prepare for the world's filthiest ball-draining collection of Asian pre-op transsexuals.
is this ball training, huh?
Mr. T says, I pity the fool who don't read.
Brilliant! Your post-study performance art distort the formality of traditional bourgeois mating symbols by the use of borrowed subgenre text outside the traditional milieu. I am humbled to bathe.
Yep.
in the light of your genius.
You ever shut up?
You are the sun, the egg, the police of the police.
Oh, man. She's a piece of work. Okay, we're going to pause. As usual, I get behind every stream. Let's hop on over. Okay. We're in the top 2 here. Oh, well, the two left tonight. Number 2 is just fantastic. It's also one of my favorites. So this was a viewer submitted one, though. Yeah, shut up and take your top off. Exactly. You. That's all you ever talk about. Number 2 is, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. This is my favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Although New Nightmare ranks up there too. But Dream Warriors, let's see. Oh, of course, a few observations in the opening. In the opening scene, Kristen is making a paper mache house of Freddy's house. I thought it was funny since we're playing a X-rated video game. You ever notice that the stuff they use to make paper mache looks like fucking cum? It looks like jizz. So she's like spreading jizz all over the place. And then she drinks, when I was a kid, I thought this was disgusting. Was it Folgers Instant Crystals? And downs it with a Diet Coke chaser to stay awake. It's so gross. Let's see. So in the opening scene, Kristen, played by one of the Arquettes, I believe Patricia Arquette. She, what was I gonna say? Hold on, it'll come to me. Oh, she's building that paper mache house, and they're fucking playing, fucking docking into the fire. Now that, I mean, right there, that's like, okay, this movie gets a 10. Fucking playing docking. I played docking tonight before the stream started, or as I was getting ready. And it's Into the Fire. It's not Dream Warriors. They play into the fire. I've fallen into the fire. Fucking Dokken rocking out, and Dokken's fucking great with George Lynch on guitar. His politics are dog shit, but you can't deny the talent. Fucking, oh, it was fucking great. I just thought it was funny that they don't play Dream Warriors; they play Into the Fire. They save Dream Warriors by Dokken for the final credit scene. So, we got yeah, she turns on the radio and it's Dokken. She needs to stay awake, so she does the Folgers and the caffeine, and then she cranks the Dokken up. That's how I stay awake at night. When I just crank the fucking Dokken up, and you know, Dokken's got a great set of pipes on him too. Not Jeff Tate great, but great for what he's got. You know, Jeff Tate's just beyond talent. It's just God given talent. You can't practice that. You're just born with it. Then her fucking just when the song's getting good, her bitch mom comes in and turns Dokken off. So I was always happy when she gets her fucking head cut off. Fucking her mom looks like Mona from Who's the Boss's long lost cousin or slut sister. Fucking, and then she's bringing some rando dude home while she's got a teenage daughter that's suffering from psychological problems, and she's bringing random strange home. Don't fucking get laid. Like, hey baby, where'd you say you put the bourbon? And that'll come up later too. Of course, we get Patricia Arquette stars in it, and Snaggletooth and all. You gotta love Patricia Arquette Snaggletooth, that she never succumbed to Hollywood pressure to get that Snaggletooth fixed, or the Arquettes didn't believe in braces or whatnot. I'm not one to criticize teeth. My teeth are horrible, but I just thought it was funny. I mean, she's rich, and she never did get that Snaggletooth fixed. That's her trademark, Snaggletooth. And her supple, pouting breasts in her nightgown. She has a nice. I think she was 23 at the time. Nice body. It doesn't contribute to the nip factor because she doesn't get naked, but. It's nice to see Patricia Arquette, her boobs in those nightgowns. You know, that's always nice. Another thing, when I went to rewatch this, I forgot Lawrence Fishburne is in this fucking movie. This has got to be one of Lawrence Fishburne's earliest movies, and he has a pretty decent role. He plays the orderly of the mental hospital, and yeah, I mean, he acts his ass off. You could tell that, oh, this guy, he's going to be something someday, and obviously he turns into... I like to call him Larry Fishburne. Only his friends call him Larry. Yeah, so Larry Fishburne's in this fucking movie. What other cast notes do we have? Oh, Nancy, when she appears, she's got like a fucking streak of white in her hair, a la Rogue from the X-Men, or a la... I like to think of it more like a la Skunk Boy from Talk Soup and Wipeout. She's got a Skunk Boy mark in her hair. I don't know if she has that in all the movies, or that's something they just threw in there. But she definitely got a Skunk Boy. And I remember Nancy, Heather Langenkamp from Just the 10 of Us. She played like the nerdy nun religious daughter, if I remember correctly. Oh my God, I'm dating myself with the Just the 10 of Us fucking talk. But yeah, so you got her, Nancy, and then you got a discount Corey Feldman. Like before, there was discount Stephen Colbert, Andrew McCarthy, Anthony Edwards amalgamation. This is definitely discount Corey Feldman, or it's actually almost like they morphed Corey Feldman and Corey Haim into one person, and they like melded them. And this is, you could tell they put out a casting call. We need somebody. We can't afford Corey Haim or Corey Feldman. We need somebody who looks like them, or one of them, or both of them melted together. and that's what you get. And we get to his death. He's the puppet death. We'll get to that soon. Let's see. Okay, this movie actually gives more of Freddy's backstory. So it's got a couple notches on the story belt. I love the story in this movie. It gives like Freddy's ultimate origins, like who gave birth to him, who raised him, you know. So it does give, and then you add in all the stuff, pulling each other into dreams. It's a lot to think about, and how they can control their dreams through silent lucidity. So yeah, a lot of Queensryche references tonight too. More Queensryche references than Dokken references. Go figure. They can control their dreams and turn into whatever powers they want. Like the D&D nerd turns into the wizard master, and the drug addict turns into she's a badass, but she's also sexy, and she's got a fucking mohawk and dressed in leather. And then of course the psycho muscular dude turns into a big, you know, he can break down walls and shit. He's like the Incredible Hulk. I never thought of what I would do in my dreams, what I would become. And Kristen is like an acrobat or something. She does backflips. They don't really explain, go into her that crazy. But what would I do in my dreams? I don't know. I'd be skinny. That would be my superpower in dreams. I could eat anything and not gain any fucking weight. It's like I would perpetually be 170 pounds, nice and fit, and I could eat chili dogs all day long and not gain a fucking pound. Now that would be my superpower. So mark that down. And then, you know, some of the stuff, the crazy stuff is the Freddy turd worm. It's like the Freddy worm that eats. At one point in Kristen's dream, he eats half of her. He gets right up to her snatch, and he's about to go down on her, and then he gets distracted by Heather Langenkamp. What's her character's name? I forget. But yeah, so Nancy, yeah, gets interrupted by Nancy. So Freddy doesn't get to go down on Patricia Arquette, but I'm sure that broke Robert Englund's fucking heart there. He does a great fucking job, and I think this is like they go for some more humor in this movie than the previous two. There's a lot of great lines in it, which we'll cover in some of the deaths, I guess. And then, of course, to the story, like I said, his origin story, they have that twist ending. Like this nun keeps appearing and disappearing and talking to the protagonist and then disappearing, and you think she's a ghost, and it turns out she is a ghost, and she's Freddy's mother. And Freddy, she was born, she was impregnated with Freddy because she got raped by like 30 guys for like, they say like for 24 hours. She got locked into a mental hospital and ended up getting raped by all the patients for 30 hours or something brutal. And it turns out she is Freddy's mom, and she became a nun later in life before she died. And she's the one guiding the protagonist how to solve this shit, you know. Let's see. The special effects in this movie are top notch. They did a fucking awesome job on a lot of these, except one really glaring exception. This fucking skeleton fight at the end is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They go to dig up and bury Freddy's bones, and his bones like come alive, and they just use like this very beta version of stop motion. It's just out of place. I mean, everything else looks freaking awesome. Yeah, she definitely was. You've been watching too much Leisure Suit Larry live on the Spicy Burrito channel there. She's definitely a cum dumpster. Yeah, it's like they had all these great effects in the worm monster and all the, and then they decide to do this beta version of fucking stop motion. I don't understand it. It's the dumbest thing ever. I think it's because they couldn't they wrote themselves in a corner. Like, how can Freddy attack them? Well, let's have his bones come alive. Well, that's cool and all, but it just looks really bad. It looks really cheesy, and that's one notch on it. That's the one knock I have on this movie. Everything else I love in this movie. The characters are actually pretty approachable. I don't really hate any of them. Like, none of them really bother me. Even like the head nurse, she is doing her job, and her job calls for her to be a bitch, but she doesn't really seem to be that malicious. Like, she's like, yeah, I gotta fire you, but it's my job. I have to fire you. I don't want to fire you, kind of attitude, you know. So none of the characters in this movie are really off-putting, as opposed to Final Destination, which a lot of them are off-putting. So, yeah, I love the characters and all their special powers and shit. And let's see. Oh, we mentioned. Oh, it wasn't Folgers crystals. It was Maxwell House Instant. That's even worse than Folgers. Isn't Maxwell House like the beta version or the shitty version of Folgers? And Folgers is the shitty version of good coffee. Yeah, it's like they're both shitty, but Maxwell House Instant crystals and Diet Coke. That's just fucking disgusting. I mentioned Larry Fishburne. And then her dad, they bring Heather's dad or Nancy's dad back to find where the body was buried, and it turns out they buried him deep in the heart of a haunted junkyard or something. It's like, at that point you're just like, okay, I get it. We got a lot to talk about in the deaths, so we should switch over to the deaths. Let's see. Discount Corey Feldman, we'll start with him. Or the Corey Feldman, Corey Haim amalgamation. He does the veiny puppet walk. So Freddy slashes open his fucking arms or whatever and pulls his veins out. And this kid's supposed to be like a modeler or a puppeteer or something. I didn't really pay attention, but and then Freddy's controlling his fucking. He's got him by his strings, but the strings are his veins. So the guy's like, they're coming out of his fucking feet, and they're coming out of his wrists. And he's walking. It's so fucking cool. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. I remember I would have to close my eyes in that scene because it was I'm not like one for like blood. Like, blood gives me the willies, and veins give me the willies and shit like that. So when I saw that as a kid, I was like, yeah, it's so gross. And then he cuts the strings, and the guy falls to his death off the top of a bell tower at the hospital. So that's very, very fucking cool. Jennifer is the one you see on the screen there. Jennifer is like this broad that needs to stay awake, so she like burns herself with cigarettes to keep herself awake. And she's at one point she's watching Captain Kangaroo, and then Freddy comes out of the TV. The TV starts fucking up, so she approaches it, and then Freddy's head comes out of the TV, and it looks like Freddy's head's in like a condom at first, like he's got like rubber, and then it fucking like forms to his face, and you can see him better. And but I love how they leave the antennae in his dome, and then he picks her up and just smashes her head in the TV, and of course he utters one of those funny lines I was talking about. He's like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch," and then smashes her fucking head. Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, we can switch over to Joey. Joey's the guy who doesn't talk. He was mentally scarred and he doesn't talk or whatever. They're all psychos. He gets the tongue lashing from the big fake titty nurse. I don't know how else to describe it. She lures him into a room, and this is right after they learn that they can all share the same dream. This is like Inception before Inception. But she lures Joey into a room, and she's like, "Help me take off my clothes," and she reveals these big, gigantic fake boobs. Beautiful set of boobs. The woman's gorgeous. I imagine I saw this as a teenager, or not even a teenager. It's probably like 8 or 9 years old, and those boobs have always they were ingrained into the spank bank for a long time. Like still they're still in the spank bank. That's how beautiful these boobs are. And then she spits out her tongue at each one of his limbs and ties him to the bed with her tongue, and then opens up a fire. And he doesn't die, so I guess I shouldn't count that as a death. But he goes into a coma. So, and let's see. Let's move on to Kristen's mom. She ends up getting decapitated by Freddy, but right before Freddy grabs her and goes, you think it's a callback to the beginning when the strange the John that she brought home, I guess she's a hooker, says, "Where's the bourbon?" So Freddy grabs Kristen's mom and says, "I said, where's the fucking bourbon?" And then it cuts her head off. And then the mom's head's still talking, like, "Hey, you caused me so much trouble." Fucking Mona's cousin from Who's the Boss there. Terrence, I guess that's her name. She's the drug addict. And she, her special powers is she's like some badass femme fatale character, whatever. But Freddy comes up and he's like, he has like all his fingers are syringes full of drugs. And then they show Terrence's arms, and they got these little all these like, I don't know how to explain it. They look like old world pepperoni from like the pepperoni that you put on a pizza that curls up and makes a little pool of grease. It looks like she's got a bunch of those on there, and they're like sucking. They want those needles, and then Freddy just like jabs them all in there. Fucking, she gets death by Dr. Fauci there. But yeah, it's like old world pepperonis. That's what the only thing it reminds me of. Like, it's pretty crazy. And she dies of a OD, and I guess Freddy ODs her in the dream. So, and then the Wizard Master. We got to talk about this nerd. The Wizard Master gets, okay, first of all, he gets chased down by a wheelchair that's like an Iron Maiden wheelchair. There's like spikes all over it. And yeah. Freddy says, "Oh, what a rush." And he's like orgasming when he's injecting the drugs into him. See, I forgot to write that line down, but yeah, he's like, "Oh, what a rush." Anyways, he's getting chased down by a wheelchair because the kid's wheelchair bound, but he can walk in his dreams. And in the wheelchair is like an Iron Maiden, if there was a heavy metal wheelchair, a wheelchair that personified heavy metal, it would be this wheelchair. It's got like a fucking ball and chain on it. It's got spikes. It's got fucking steel. And it chases them down. It's got those things that truckers put on their fucking tires to like those chariot spikes on their fucking hubcaps. You know, it's so fucking cool. He avoids it, but then his death is kind of lame because he runs at Freddy and shoots him for a little bit with fireballs. He's like, fireball, fireball. And then Freddy just grabs him and stabs him, kills him. So his death is not good. But I figured I'd mention the fucking heavy metal. If I was in a heavy metal band, I would put that fucking wheelchair on my fucking cover. We'd be called the Crips or something like that. I don't know. I guess that might not be very PC. The Disabled Four or something like that, you know. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Nancy, I keep calling her Heather. Nancy's dad gets impaled on a Buick. So I thought that was pretty cool, just because it's a Buick. He gets impaled on a Buick. And then at the end, Freddy stabs the shit out of Nancy, and Nancy dies. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's a long list of good fucking death scenes. So, and good lines. I said, "Where's the bourbon, bitch?" That's one of the fucking greatest lines ever. So let's get into the ranking file there. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Okay, for gore and death, I'm gonna give this 3.5. I was torn between 4. It definitely, the deaths aren't as gory and gruesome as Jason Goes to Hell or Final Destination, but they are very good. I flirted with a 4, but I brought it down to a 3.5, just to be objective. I know this is one of my favorites, so I wanted to be a little more objective. So I figure if a normal person watched this, they would like a couple of the deaths, but some of them are just plain stabbings and stuff. So 3.5. Story gets 2.5. I flirted with the 3 on this one, but I wanted to be objective, so I dropped it down to a 2.5. I do like Freddy's mom's backstory and the Inception 20 years before fucking Inception was even a thing. Music soundtrack, of course, it gets a 5. It gets a 5 because Dokken. If you put Dokken in your fucking movie, you're getting a 5. I mean, it's as simple as that. You're getting a 5 on the music and soundtrack. And not one Dokken song, but 2. And they chose Into the Fire in the beginning when they could have easily tried to pimp out Dream Warriors, but they saved Dream Warriors, the song Dream Warriors, for the end credits. So with the Dokken factor gives it a 5. And these titties has stayed with me for my whole life in the spank bank. They get a 3. Even though it was one set of titties for only like, I don't know, 20 seconds, they get a 3 because they're so beautiful. And the woman is so gorgeous, and it stuck with me since I was 8 years old. I remember those titties like it was yesterday. They're burnt into my fucking memory. Fucking my memory. Those memories are burnt into my fucking memory. So since I was 8 years old, I can't remember anything else from being 8 years old except the veins and the big boobies. So it was a joy to watch this again. It's been way too long since I watched this. And of course they show the picture. It shows Larry Fishburne. They made Patricia Arquette close her mouth so you didn't have to look at her snaggletooth there. So, oh, what a fucking great movie. I mean, so it gets a total of, if we go gore, death, 3.5, story, 2.5, music, soundtrack, 5, and nip factor, 3, we get a total of 14. I hope my math is correct. If it isn't, go fuck yourself. Let's go ahead and move into a little bit of the game left because we only got 40 minutes left, and I want to try to finish this French fucking broad, finish her off. So let's move into the game for a little bit. I gotta remember the game audio. Okay. Yeah, what a great fucking movie. Great movie. I'm drunk as hell again. You better don't bite it. Hey Patricia, nah, don't bite it.
I really don't know how I'm
You
going
get your
to pay for my art supplies.
get your cock stuck in that snaggletooth there.
Feel happy.
Come on, Coco. Let's do this, Coco. I got a schedule to keep.
Come here. I am doing a performance art performance, and I need you to photograph it for
That is
myself.
comment of the night right there. That is gold. That is gold, Chuck. I wish I would have came up with that with myself. Maybe you should do this live streams. That is pure comedy right there. I love it. I love it. You know what I don't like? Is taking pictures of
The dark recesses of the soul.
French broads.
Dwells a dank creature of dankness.
Did she say a dank creature of dankness?
Embrace the creature.
That's so dumb. I can't believe there's people like this.
Dance and swing. And all collapses.
You know, there's probably guys that dig getting blown by a snaggletooth. That's why she kept it. Probably Steven Spielberg. Oh, I just missed out. Fuck. I lost that by 18 points. Like I said, I don't know how this works. I don't know how to get a perfect picture, so. Sorry to cough there.
In the dark
Recesses. Oh, I got a perfect picture. I don't know how I did that, but.
Dwells a dank creature of dankness.
A dank creature of dankness. This stream's getting a little rowdy with comments like that, sheepdog. I love it. That's the way it should be.
Dance and swing.
Oh, I missed it by 3 fucking points. So I got a 62 for that last one. No, I don't. Wait, can we save? I want to save this one. So I think you turn those in for cash. All right, make it easier on me, because this is obviously not working.
In the
Dark recesses of the soul. Lies a creature of dankness.
Dwells a dank creature of dankness.
Embrace the creature.
I hate French broads. I better pit stink.
Dance and swing.
And all collapses.
What is the point of this?
The dark embrace of the dark gods.
All right. We got to do it one more time because they're going to ease it up on me now. Lies a dank creature of dankness. All right, ease up on me here. I want to finish this broad off.
In the dark recesses of the soul.
Recesses.
Dwells a dank creature of dankness.
Embrace the creature. Dance and swing.
Hey, I got one.
And all collapses. The dark embrace of the dark gods.
Ah, got it. The dark embrace of the dark gods. Woo. All right.
Myself as a concept is compelling. Despite your shortcomings as an artiste, I deem these worthy.
Well, I'm glad you approved, bitch. Where'd she go?
Did I assign that term paper?
Come on, don't make me chase her down. Where'd she go? We will make art. She's in the art classroom. Okay. That's right over here, but we're probably going to need something.
A secret token.
A secret token. Do those secret tokens, like, respawn? It seems like I've picked up the same secret tokens over and over again. And then you never get to use them for anything, as far as I can tell. I just looked down at my phone and I got the live stream going. I'm like, that's a black screen, but it was just a loading screen. Okay, there she is. $5. That's tantamount to prostitution.
You again? Listen to me. Photography is a lie. True art.
Photography.
Canvas, no? You will paint for me, yes? It will be a masterpiece, no? Then I will get out of advanced color theory tomorrow and watch the Knicks game, yes? This one.
Oh. See her naked side. As a button appears, hit it. Okay. Those sound effects. I hit it. It's gonna do this to me. This game is totally like glitching out or something. Like I'm hitting these buttons. That one I missed. I hit that one. Hit that one. Wow. We're going to have to go through this one 4 times as well. What's with the sound effects? I hit both those. Wow. What a joke. I'd like Got it. I love those sound effects.
Yes, I love the monochromatic feel of this piece. Also, you
Oh,
do not
shut
use
up.
Too much neon. Very good.
How did I not see this coming? It was a mime, for crying out loud. Uh-oh, no confidence. Oh, shit. It's the... It's because they ripped me off those first 3 times I played that game. They didn't ease up either. I managed to eventually pass that somehow.
My nails are looking.
I need to get confidence. I think you can drink a beer to get confidence. It just sucks. I gotta go out 2 loading screens.
Where's my purse?
Look how he's walking. That's... Oh, man. That's not going to do it. I don't think that's going to be enough. Might have to go play Whack-A-Pole.
These children.
Let's find out. That's a bummer because we're one stage away from completing this girl.
Look at these lemmings.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whoa, this art stuff sure wears me out. I want to go back to my place and relax.
Why not?
That was easy. Of course, I'm going to be drunk when I start this one.
Oh, this room is beautifully ironic. This professional wrestler poster alone is a wonderful stab at what the plebes call art.
That's Bandre the Giant. He's French, like you.
Yes, like me.
Wait a minute, you're French and you don't know who Bandre the Giant is? He was the president of your country from 1981 to 1988. He abolished the death penalty and put into legislation the punishment of the public mule kick.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course he was. How could I forget?
Gotcha. That was Francois Mitterrand.
Hey, hey. You are a funny one, you are.
Hey, what about Prime Minister Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah, I get it. All right, you got me. I'm not from France. I'm from North Dakota.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
There's no shame in that. It could be worse, though. You could live in South Dakota. You've got, trees and ice cream castles and clouds and, unicorns. Oh, boy, here come the waterworks. What is it now?
It's just back in Canay, everyone seemed so cool. But when I came back, they were all like, "You're just a poser," and fuck the French.
Listen, there's no shame in pretending. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
One time, I even pretended to be Tom Brokaw's dog to spy on him. But I
What?
digress.
You too? It's so nice to find a guy that's so understanding. We have so much in common, Larry. I feel comfortable with you. Larry, I have a perfectly naughty idea.
Yeah? What? Oh. Oh, the cast of Golden Girls playing baseball naked, barely legal lesbo nuns throbbing on the mound.
You like that?
All right, I just had to check something.
And a guy. No one can call me a selfish lover.
How about a wiener, Larry? Nice, juicy jumbo wiener.
I don't want a wiener. I don't want it.
Come on, Larry. Take a bite.
All right, Prude. You don't have to be such a baby about it. I'm out of here.
Wieners. No, no, no wieners. Bad pictures. Bad pictures.
Oh, holy shit. This game never ceases to amaze me. Wieners. How about a nice juicy wiener? And their token of affection is a hot dog. Oh, that's hilarious. Don Juan's come down to Swingles. Okay. We will get to that next time. Yeah, we're doing good here. I just want to save. This game's audio levels are glitching out like crazy. Let's save it over this one. We're always game 3. Perfect. And that's where we'll pick up next time when we pick back Larry up in a month, 4 weeks from now. But like I said, it would get raunchy. It would get raunchy. This game took it to a whole new level. The first time we streamed this, it wasn't that fucking raunchy, and now it just got nasty. Okay. Final movie, and then we'll wrap this shindig Saturday night main event up. I left the Dream Warriors up there. That's all right. Okay. The final one is the one I didn't rewatch because I've basically memorized this movie. I've seen it so many times, and it goes to this was one I inserted. It wasn't a viewer submission. Let's just go ahead and reveal it. Dawn of the Dead. Now, Dawn of the Dead is technically a sequel. At least a lot of people categorize it as a sequel, so I'm going to categorize it as a sequel. This movie, it has everything. First of all, George Romero, the godfather of zombies. He did Night of the Living Dead, which was like the very first popular zombie movie. This came 10 years, quite a few years later. And, of course, he had no budget whatsoever, again. George Romero just never seemed to be able to get a fucking budget to save his life in Hollywood. He must piss some people off out there. I don't know. From all the reports I've watched, and I watched a few documentaries, I mean, he's a real fucking nice guy. Yeah, this is a great fucking movie. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. It's from early 70s, I believe. And then this is also the debut of Tom Savini. If you don't know who Tom Savini is, look him up. You'll recognize him from like the Dawn of the Dead movies and a lot of horror movies. This guy was a fucking genius. He couldn't do the special effects on Night of the Living Dead. He was George Romero's friend. He couldn't do the special effects on Night of the Living Dead because he was serving in Vietnam at the time. Then he came home, and they decided to make Dawn of the Dead, and he did all the stunts, or not all the stunts, but he did a lot of the stunts. He was a stuntman and the special effects guy. And I read somewhere that he used some of his inspiration from like people dying in Vietnam and stuff, but I don't know if that's true. But his work is fucking great. Now this movie, it's a lot different from Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead is just like a couple people in a farmhouse, and you don't know what's going on in the outside world except that they're zombies. You know, these people are walking from the are coming back to life and walking around and eating people's brains and guts and stuff. This one gives you like the world view, like what's going on in the world, and it's just mass pandemonium. It opens up in a news studio, and they're giving some, like the news people are giving some of the exposition in the background story, but everybody's freaking out. And the main character, two of the four main characters get on. One's a helicopter traffic guy. So, Lovelace is back, or Loveface. So the whole world's going crazy. Everybody's going crazy, and they're saying, and they show you like what the country people are doing because they fly over the country, the like rural areas, and the hillbillies are loving it. They're getting into it. They're hunting them for sport, basically. I always thought that was fucking cool. They're all in their orange coats, and they're teaming up with the National Guard, and they're just fucking taking pot shots at zombies and stuff. It just goes to show you, in the zombie apocalypse, it's probably a good idea to live out in the country away from the fucking cities, because the cities are done for. You're done for in the cities. Live it up now, Loveface, because you're gonna be banned next week when I assign some mods. So yeah, so we'll see you later, buddy. Anyways, then after the newsroom scene, we open up and like the SWAT team is invading like a projects. Like the first 15 minutes is the SWAT team just blowing people's heads off in the projects, and that's the picture you see there. It has, I guess they're hoarding zombies, or they don't want to like kill all the zombies because they're like family members or something, and they just go in there and they have to like clean out the place, and he kicks open the door and blows this fucking dude's head off. Look at that special effects for 1970 something. That is a fucking hell of a shot. I mean, and they used like a rubber head full of condoms of fucking fake blood and shit, and then he just blew it up. And a lot of the stunts that Tom Savini did were dangerous too. And I think there's a few that he almost fucking broke his neck, and a lot of the special effects were fucking great. It's funny how that guy doubled as the stuntman too. So that's cool. In Dawn of the Dead, he plays the guy that has a thing coming out of his codpiece, like a knife, or is it a gun? I forget. It's a knife or a gun. That's Tom Savini. He's got that porno stash. Some of the themes of this movie are great. Obviously, the whole they hoard themselves up or board themselves up into a mall is a commentary on like our Sex Machine. That's who it was. Yeah, Sex Machine. Exactly. It's a commentary on how we're so obsessed with like material culture, and that even like when we're dead, our muscle memories lead us back to things that we enjoyed and we were obsessed with, which would be like material possessions, and that's why they're going to the mall. That's some of the social commentary. There's also other social commentary about race in there. George Romero in the first Night of the Living Dead, his lead character was a black man, and then in this one, the lead badass is a black man. George Romero was really in your face with social commentary and stuff like that. And he even says it. He's like, in Dawn of the Dead, I decided to just lay it all out there. And it was subtle in Night of the Living Dead, but in Dawn of the Dead, all my social commentary's in there. For better or for worse, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. And then this is the first movie where it seems like the theme with zombies is that the zombies aren't really what they need to be worried of. It's other humans is what you need to be worried of. And The Walking Dead picked this up. Totally just took it right from Dawn of the Dead. Is that the humans are the real threat, not the fucking dead, the walkers, you know. And then these zombies are the way zombies should be. If you're a rotting corpse, you shouldn't be running around and jumping and doing hurdles and jumping jacks and flips and shit. These are the fucking stroll, take your time zombies and just overwhelm you with fucking numbers. That's the way zombies should be. In fact, when they're running around and jumping, they shouldn't even be called zombies. They should be called something else. And not that I don't like that. Like World War Z was fucking cool and 28 Days Later. But those aren't zombies. We'll call them something else, you know. Zombies, reanimated, dead, rotting corpses do not fucking jump and do hurdles and shit. So, unless they're on roids, which I guess was the premise of 28 Days Later. If I remember correctly, they were injected with something. But, yeah, so the zombies have like when we're a zombie, you have this memory, or I don't know what it is, but they show it again when Steven, one of the four main characters, turns into a zombie. He leads all the zombies back to the apartment that they boarded up, that they were living in the mall. So he had some kind of memory that led him back there to lead the zombies there and to break into the apartment, you know. So that's something cool going on with the story and the background of zombies. Romero didn't really explain much else. He explains how to kill them, obviously. There's no real reason. The only reason given why zombies are coming back to life is that they're the main character says when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. So obviously, hell is full. It's got no vacancy sign out there, and so the dead start walking the earth instead of walking hell. So that's the only real fucking story or reason why zombies are coming back that's given. I mentioned the hillbillies hunting the zombies for sport. Yeah, get out of the cities. One of the greatest scenes in this movie is when they're like trying to clear out the mall, and I gotta mention that the soundtrack for this fucking movie is phenomenal. I even bought this soundtrack years ago. It's made by a band called Goblin, who one of the producers, Argento, of this movie, he's an Italian fella, and him and his buddies were in a band called Goblin, and they provided the music for this. He was the producer of the movie, and they provided the music. He became a famous producer later. He did a lot of stuff, Argento, if you know that name. But they're fucking awesome. You gotta listen to the soundtrack. Just give it a quick listen. I mean, the Day of the Dead song itself, or Dawn of the Dead song, the title track, is great with that brooding, slow moving, and it's all like, you know, sound effects and keyboards and stuff. But my favorite song is when they're moving the trucks to block the doors of the mall, and it's called La Caccia. La Caccia. I don't know how to pronounce it in Italian, but that's what it's called, and it's got this fucking beat to it. It's just so phenomenal. I almost played it at the beginning of the stream, but I kind of want tonight. But I kind of wanted this to be a surprise, this Dawn of the Dead as a horror movie sequel. So I didn't play it. I didn't want to give it away. So I opted for Dokken instead, and of course Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper provided a song for Friday the 13th. I was told provided a song for Friday the 13th 6, I believe. It's 5 or 6. Young Frankenstein, good tune, very good tune. I looked it up. I listened to it a couple times. It's a very good song. But of course, and then Alice Cooper has "Feed My Frankenstein," which I flirted with playing tonight. But I wanted to play two shorter songs. I didn't want everybody to just sit there and listen to music for 20 minutes, you know. So I had very few limited options. But back to Dawn of the Dead, yeah, La Caccia, it's like dun 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 dun. I can't do it justice, obviously, but it's so cool, and they're moving those trucks and they're having fun, and then they have so much fun once they clear them all. But then it wears thin, and it's another commentary. It's like, if you have all the material possessions that you want, is it really enjoyable anymore? Like if there's nobody else out there to enjoy them with you, like, is it enjoyable? Like, they have everything at their fingertips. Money, that's no good. They have clothes, and yeah, they have fun for about 5 minutes, but then it's like, wait a second, there's nobody around. I mean, well, what do we care about this kind of stuff? And of course, there's a cool fucking scene where they get into the gun shop and they get all sorts of guns they want. Somebody commented, well, this movie you can only have guns in a mall in the United States. You wouldn't get away with that in Canada or other European or Australia. They don't sell guns in malls like we do. So, I think that was some Canadian YouTuber I was watching or something talking about this movie. So I do my research. You got to give me credit. I somehow fit 4 movies this week, and was able to take extensive notes, watch the movies, watch some YouTube reviews on them, some documentary stuff. You know, it's like so. I will say, okay, like in the acting department in this movie, it's not the greatest acting. Although the girl's not very good. I don't think she's very good. The black dude's awesome. He's fucking badass. He's got a Creighton Duke kind of quality to him. He's fucking just a badass motherfucker, and he's always picking on Flyboy. And Flyboy as a zombie is better than Flyboy Steven. During the movie, his acting's all right, but when he turns into a zombie, he's got a great zombie shuffle. And then he's walking around with his handgun stuck to his finger when he's a zombie, and it won't fall off. And he came up with that and approached George Romero, and George Romero's like, that's a fucking great idea. We're going to do that. And so he's walking around with that gun stuck to his finger because his finger's like got rigor mortis and just like, so he's walking around twirling a little handgun. And it kind of, the movie is a bit of a bummer. There's no, I mean, once they get, it seems like they do all that hard work, and then the biker gang comes in and invades and just ruins all their fucking hard work. And then they're like, what are we going to do? We got to fly away, but there's nowhere to go. I mean, we had the perfect spot, but the fucking humans had to fuck it up. Those goddamn biker gangs, fuck them. The Hell's Angels come in, and Tom Savini's one of them. I'm sure he plays a lot of characters in this movie, but the one thing he regretted was the type of paint they used to distinguish the zombies was actually gray, but the different lightings they had to use, because they were using a mall, because George Romero was friends with the guy that ran the mall, and he let him shoot there. I'm talking low ass budget. Let him shoot there from like midnight to 7 in the morning. So they couldn't control the lighting as well as they wanted to. So sometimes that gray looks blue. Sometimes it looks green. It looks everything but gray. and Tom Savini always regretted that. But, I mean, that's just when you got no budget, you can't control the lighting. You have to shoot during certain hours. So I thought that was an interesting tidbit of information. Yeah, that's. I mean, what a great freaking movie. Let's quickly get to the deaths. Let's see here. The first one is the one you see on the screen there. The guy kicks open the door and fucking blows this fucking dude's head off with a shotgun. It's pretty fucking cool. The chopper blade haircut. The one dude, the one zombie's walking towards the chopper, and the blades are going, and you can tell, like, they used a practical effect, obviously, but you could tell this guy's head was like shaped like Frankenstein's. It was extra big because they wanted to cut the top of his head off and let blood splurt and shit. I mean, it's practical effects in the 70s with no budget, and they pulled it off, and it really looks fucking cool, other than the fact that his head is a foot taller than normal people's heads. Well, not Leisure Suit Larry, though, or Larry Lovitch there. His head's gigantic. So yeah, that chopper blade haircut. I call it the chopper blade haircut. At one point, what's his face? I forget his name, but the other SWAT team guy shoves a screwdriver into the ear of a zombie, and this blood pool comes up, and you can tell it's fake paint. It's like red paint, but I just like how he takes a screwdriver and shoves it in his ear. There's a decapitation of a zombie by a biker or riding by, and he just fucking decapitates this fucking zombie. And of course, at one point, the bikers start getting overwhelmed by the zombies, and the zombies start eating like 5 bikers at once, and they're pulling out their guts, and they actually used butcher leftovers, intestines, just like mince meat, and they actually used real animal parts from a butcher in that, and that's why it looks so real. And I don't know how they got everybody wanted to line up. Everybody that was from Pittsburgh knew this was going on, and they all wanted to be an extra. So like, because George Romero was like a hometown hero, and I don't know how they got the people to agree to take like raw meat and like squish it in their hands and act like they're eating it and shit, but they got it done. And that's why it looks so fucking real, and they're just pulling guts out of these guys. It's so fucking creepy and disgusting, but in a good way. And then, of course, I would regret it if I didn't mention this. It's not the coolest death of all, but there's a guy, and you remember those blood pressure machines you stuck your arm in at like pharmacies and stuff and Kmart just to check your blood pressure? He's fucking around with it, and he's got zombies all around him, and he's just swatting them away with his free hand. And they eventually overwhelm him and rip his arm out of the fucking... And he's still got his arm in the fucking... They're fucking eating him. He's still got his arm in the blood pressure machine. He was so obsessed with using the blood pressure machine, he let himself get eaten alive while checking his blood pressure. Well, as soon as they bit into him, I'm sure the pressure dropped. Fucking zero. So... and then, of course, when What's-His-Face turns... Steven gets a good headshot. When he's a zombie, he takes a hell of a headshot against a bunch of boxes on the wall, and the blood sprays all in the back of the wall. The other SWAT team guy, he gets killed off camera, so you don't really see that. But that's pretty much it for the death. And you gotta. I always I want to be fair. You always gotta take into effect, when were these movies made? And how they stand up. Like these practical effects still stand up today, except maybe the Frankenstein head. Other than that, the head's blowing up, the fucking, arms, the decapitations, they still stand up. And you always got to take that into effect, or into consideration. So let's go ahead. We're down to 3 minutes. Cool. We're almost over with. Let's go ahead and get to the rating on this, because I do have 4 passionate viewers here. Love Face XYZ is probably one of them. He won't be next week, but remember the 4 categories: gores, death, story, music, soundtrack, the nip factor. Oh, well, let's go ahead and just reveal it. we got gore and death. I give it a 5. I give it credit for being old and being able to do it. And if they had a budget at all, I mean, imagine what this could have been if they did that good with this shitty budget in the time. So it gets a perfect score in gore and death. Story, I love the story. I love the commentary. I love everything about it. It gets a 4.5. It doesn't get perfect, but it gets a 4.5 because I think story needs to be, to get a perfect score in story, it better be fucking flawless. Music soundtrack, I give another perfect score. Goblin, I can't stress this enough. Go listen, go get Goblin's Dawn of the Dead soundtrack. I looked it up tonight. It's on iTunes. And just listen to it. You give it one listen through. And there's a couple corny songs, but I mean, it's fucking phenomenal. It's all instrumental too. There's no singing or anything. And then, see, this is funny because it's got 2 perfect scores, and then it gets a perfect goose egg on the nip factor because there are no nips. There are no nips at all. The closest thing you get is a Hare Krishna's head looks like a nip. Or it looks like a big boob. I don't know. I mean, there's no boobs in this movie at all. And it just goes to show you can make a quality slashing horror film and not need nips. But I think you do. I really do. So, if you add that up, even with the goose egg, this thing gets a 14.5. 20 would be a perfect score. But with a goose egg, it gets a 14.5. Wow. That was a lot of talking tonight. I did a lot of talking. My throat is sore. I'm sure the cigarettes have nothing to fucking do with that. But yeah. So let me know what you think. Get to me and let me know. I mean, I could use feedback. I'm looking for that one person that's not a fucking spamming porno bot to join the conversation and spread the word. Because I really enjoy doing this, and I think it's fun, and I have fun. And eventually, you know, I play the game to keep people entertained. But eventually, you know, we could do this without games. I could talk for 4 fucking hours. I just don't think people would want to listen to that for 4 hours. But I had a great time doing it, and like I said, I took a viewer submission on a topic, and we can do this over again in a few weeks or in a month or 2. We'll revisit some different horror movie sequels, and we'll just keep adding them up, and then finally I'll be able to list like, okay, well, this is the best because of that. You know, that it's got a better fucking spicy burrito rating according to it's got a definitely a better spicy burrito rating. If only Dawn of the Dead had nipples, it could have got a 19.5. It could have. It would have had a lot of boobies though. To get a perfect 5 in the nip factor, you gotta have a lot of boobs. So I think off the top of my head, something that might come in the running for a 5 in the nip factor might be Friday the 13th 4, the final chapter. So if I remember correctly, that's got a lot of boobies in it. Lots of luscious pre-boob surgery fucking boobs. Lots of big fucking, just the casting said big natural boobs, and all the broads showed up. Much like they don't show up to my house. So, yes, I want to thank you all for watching. I had a steady 4 viewers tonight, 4 to 5, maybe 6 at some point. I like how there was a steady 4 viewers, so that's good too. So the channel's doing all right. I enjoy doing it, and I'll keep doing it as long as 4 of you keep watching. So, all right, for Larry Lovage and myself, the Spicy Burrito, I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week on the Saturday night main event. Peace. I'm out of here.